Chapter 984. It could be said that there were fatal points everywhere in this dangerous place. Yi Shiwen wouldn't have dared to choose this place for closed-door training if it weren't for Yi Mo's protection. The reason why he had chosen this place was to avoid being discovered by those experts who had nothing better to do. They couldn't go to the 7th floor and had nothing better to do. Even Crown Prince Crocodile and others dared not choose to break through in close cultivation here. It was conceivable how dangerous it would be to break through in close cultivation here. He could protect his subordinates, but who would protect him when he was in close cultivation? Of course, it didn't matter if Yi Shiwen comprehended the domain, because he could interrupt the close cultivation at any time. Hence, he dared to enter close cultivation here. If it weren't for the harsh environment here, he would have chosen to improve his cultivation to Transcendent Realm's 6th level first. Yi Shiwen's accumulation was deep enough. Now, he just needed to find a suitable opportunity to break through. Everything was logical. This scene continued to play out, but the experts of various clans who were stimulated by the Heaven's Pivot Life prolonging grass couldn't care less at this time. What's more, in this dangerous forest, in addition to the Heaven's Pivot Life prolonging grass, there were many other treasures. These stimulated the warriors of these clans. There were all sorts of people on the 6th floor. Even if one managed to obtain a treasure, they might not be able to keep it. That was because they could be ambushed by others at any time. Death and treasure snatching were happening at every moment. Is there really the Heaven's Pivot Life prolonging grass here? Why haven't we found it after searching for so long? Ask someone. Along the way, 3 or 4 people died in their team alone. This was a hellish place for them. They could die at any time. These Transcendent Realm 6th level and even Transcendent Realm 7th level experts could be regarded as experts in the Chaos Demon Sea. At the very least, they could protect themselves if they were careful. If they were in the Flourish Cloud Sea region, they could even establish a foundation and establish a sect. But here, they could die tragically on the spot at any time. There was nothing special at all. Just like the expert just now, he was majestic outside, but here, he had no power to fight back at all. Perhaps only a Law Phase Realm expert would be able to move freely here and ignore these threats. This Heavenly Pivot Life prolonging grass is not an ordinary treasure of heaven and earth. It is a treasure that can increase our lifespan. This kind of spiritual item has a spirit and can avoid our detection. Now, it must have escaped into the depths of the forest. Our chances of finding it are slim, but even if the chances are slim, we can't give up. Once we obtain it, we will be rich, said the leading Transcendent Realm 8th level expert with flickering eyes. Yes, even he himself wasn't very confident that he would be able to find the Heaven's Pivot Life prolonging grass. He even knew that there would definitely be many experts coming over to fight for it. The chances of them obtaining it were too slim. However, even if there was only a 1 in 10,000 chance, they wouldn't want to give up. As the saying goes, seeking riches and honor amidst danger. They were very clear about this truth. Who among them hadn't done something like snatching treasures in their lives? They had even been robbed many times. However, this was the world of martial artists. It was cruel and cold. This world's resources were limited. It couldn't support so many people. Everyone had to compete for what belonged to them. Only the one who stood out was qualified to choose. Even if we can't get the Heaven's Pivot Life prolonging grass, there is a chance to obtain other treasures of heaven and earth. Then, we didn't come in vain, said the man, and the others nodded. If it weren't for this reason, they wouldn't have persisted until now just for the illusory Heaven's Pivot Life prolonging grass. Moreover, in this forest, the power of wind and thunder is especially strong. One can often see lightning flashes and thunder rolls with the naked eye. This is not a normal situation. Maybe some rare treasure has been born. Many people are going there for that. Quick, catch him. The Heaven's Pivot Life prolonging grass is here. Suddenly, there was a commotion in front. One of them, the Heaven's Pivot Life prolonging grass, immediately made the already tense crowd excited. Heaven's Pivot Life prolonging grass. Didn't they take such a big risk to come here for the Heaven's Pivot Life prolonging grass? They immediately rushed towards the commotion without any hesitation. By the time they arrived, they discovered that over 100 martialists from various races had gathered on a flat piece of land in the forest. On the grass, a medicinal herb that was emitting a five-colored divine radiance was particularly eye-catching. The flickering radiance immediately attracted everyone's attention. The five-colored divine radiance flowed all over its body, as if it was a divine item that shouldn't have been born in this world. This heaven's pivot life prolonging grass hasn't fully matured yet. When it matures, it can even extend one's lifespan by 1,000 years. It's definitely a divine item among divine items. Someone exclaimed. Everyone knew that the heaven's pivot life prolonging grass hadn't matured yet. In other words, it hadn't reached the time to be picked yet. However, what could they do now? They knew that it hadn't matured yet, but they still had to brace themselves and pick it. Only the heavens knew how long it would take for the heaven's pivot life prolonging grass to mature. Most importantly, they couldn't wait until then. If they didn't pick it now, it would be picked by someone else. In order to extend their lifespan, they were willing to do anything. If the heaven's pivot life prolonging grass of this age were to be purchased in the market, these transcendent realm warriors wouldn't be able to afford it even if they sold their entire fortune. They could only obtain it during the exploration of such ruins. Even among the law manifestation realm experts, only a portion of them could afford it. They could only be the wealthiest group of people. In other words, if they could obtain it, they would be comparable to the wealthiest group of people in the law manifestation realm. It was equivalent to becoming rich overnight. Even if they didn't sell it, they could use it for themselves in the future. The conviction of martial arts wasn't just for show. There were countless transcendent realm experts in the world, but less than 1/10 of them could successfully ascend to the law manifestation realm. Many people would reach the end of their lifespan and die of old age in the transcendent realm. These transcendent realm experts were considered lucky. After all, there were 100 or even 1,000 times more warriors who couldn't even ascend to the transcendent realm. For these warriors, the most helpless thing was that their lifespan was insufficient. Even if it was just an extra year, it was still a little more hope. If they could have an extra 10 years, it would already be incredible. Not to mention 100 or 1,000 years. If it was given to those who were stuck at the most crucial moment, it would be considered useless. If their luck was good enough, they would be able to break through. 100 years was nothing to these warriors who had lived for thousands or even thousands of years. But at the last moment, even a second could make the difference between being so close and being so far apart. Roar! With an angry roar, a red saber-toothed tiger appeared in front of everyone. It looked at everyone with a cold gaze. It had been guarding this heaven's pivot life, prolonging grass, for many years. However, it was targeted by these people recently. Although it knew that the other party had the advantage in numbers, it still refused to leave. This was a great opportunity for it. There's actually a saber-toothed tiger. I'm afraid this saber-toothed tiger has already ascended to the Transcendent Realm 9th level. It's also a treasure trove. At this time, many people were already excited by the so-called martial artifact. Seeing this saber-toothed tiger that had already ascended to the Transcendent Realm 9th level, they were not afraid at all. On the contrary, they were extremely excited. In their eyes, this saber-toothed tiger was no longer a saber-toothed tiger, but a moving treasure trove. The skin, flesh, and bones of the saber-toothed tiger were top-notch divine materials. They were very rare. Let's go and kill this saber-toothed tiger first. Then, we will discuss how to distribute the heaven's pivot life prolonging grass. Someone suggested. At this time, compared to the saber-toothed tiger in front of them, the companions around them had become the biggest hidden danger. Everyone was afraid that when they fought for it, their companions around them would suddenly attack. This was more of a threat than the saber-toothed tiger. The so-called spiritual medicine of heaven and earth must be guarded by spiritual beasts. Sure enough, sabers, spears, swords, halberds, and all kinds of weapons turned into streams of light and headed towards the saber-toothed tiger. Various martial techniques were unleashed and exploded in the sky. Roar! This saber-toothed tiger roared and suddenly opened its bloody mouth. Countless sword auras instantly blasted out, forming a sword rain. The overwhelming sword aura blasted towards the warriors of various clans. Although this saber-toothed tiger was just a demonic beast and a beast, its sword aura was shocking. This sword aura and understanding of sword aura might be innate, but it was enough to shame many sword cultivators. The saber-toothed tiger's sword aura blasted out. Among the hundreds of warriors, more than 20 Transcendent Realm 6th level and 7th level warriors were directly pierced by the sword aura, turning into a hornet's nest. The ferocious aura directly frightened the warriors who wanted to rush over. Everyone stared at the saber-toothed tiger, but they didn't know whether to rush over or not. The point was that even if they rushed over, they were not this saber-toothed tiger's opponent. A Transcendent Realm 9th level demonic beast was enough to keep them here. Among them, the strongest was only Transcendent Realm 8th level. Compared with the saber-toothed tiger that had entered the Transcendent Realm 9th level, they still seemed a little inferior. "All of you, get out of the way. Let me do it." A loud shout came from a distance. A mass of demon aura rushed over from a distance with astonishing momentum. Chapter 985. "All of you, get out of the way. Let me do it." A loud shout came from a distance. A mass of demon aura rushed from a distance with astonishing momentum. "Bastard!" As soon as this mass of demon aura came out, a huge fist blasted out. It penetrated the demon aura and instantly landed on the saber-toothed tiger's body. It was also a Transcendent Realm 9th level expert. At this time, everyone saw who it was. It was a burly demonic sea beast clan man. He was tall and had a calm face. He was exceptionally tough. At this time, the saber-toothed tiger saw the demonic sea beast clan man's attack and immediately retreated. This punch was extremely heavy. It might even smash the saber-toothed tiger to death. It was not stupid. The saber-toothed tiger spat out a sword aura more than 10 feet thick and dozens of feet long. It blasted directly towards the huge fist. Boom! An earth-shattering collision occurred on the spot. The aftermath of the terrifying explosion spread out, sweeping out in circles. A man and a tiger fought all the way to midair. The more intense the battle, the more intense it became. Whether it was the saber-toothed tiger or the demonic sea beast clan expert, they were not ordinary experts. At this time, the aftermath of the explosion even sent chills down people's spines. At this time, seeing the demonic sea beast clan expert and the saber-toothed tiger that posed the greatest threat left, several figures immediately leaped out and grabbed the W life-prolonging grass. A Transcendent Realm 6th level expert was the first to make a move. He was also the fastest. In just an instant, he reached the vicinity of the W life-prolonging grass. Damn it, the W life-prolonging grass is mine. Who dares to touch it? At this time, a loud shout came from the sky. A huge fist blasted down on the spot. The Transcendent Realm 6th level expert was killed on the spot. He had no power to fight back. Everyone suddenly felt a chill in their hearts. This Transcendent Realm 9th level expert was too tyrannical. A Transcendent Realm 6th level expert was also a respected expert in the Flourish Cloud Sea region. However, this person killed him with a single punch. At this time, although they belonged to different forces, everyone had a feeling of sympathy. They were all Transcendent Realm 6th level and 7th level experts. If they were faster just now, they would not be much better off. In the eyes of a real master, these people were no different from ordinary weeds. The overbearing, demonic, sea beast clan master was evident. He didn't allow any resistance at all. They had always treated others as weeds and ants, but when they were treated like this by others, they suddenly felt a sense of sympathy. This demonic sea clan guy is too overbearing. Does he think it's his just because he thinks it's his? If that's the case, what's the point of us coming here? We can be regarded as the top figures in the outside world, but in the face of these Transcendent Realm 9th level experts, we are so powerless. We don't have a share of these treasures at all, the expert said with a depressed sigh. Transcendent Realm 9th level and Transcendent Realm 8th level were two completely different extremes. In a sense, Transcendent Realm 9th level was already the peak of the entire Transcendent Realm. Strength was another matter. Let's not talk about it. So what if we are dissatisfied? Unless we can defeat them, The Transcendent Realm 9th level expert can already defeat us. If he fights and retreats, even if all of us are sacrificed, we may not be his opponent. But I'm not willing. The W longevity grass is right in front of us. It's within reach. If we get it, we will become rich overnight. Even if you have money, you must be alive to enjoy it. As the saying goes, an innocent man gets into trouble because of his wealth. Although everyone hated the demonic Sea Beast Clan Master, it was undeniable that the demonic Sea Beast Clan Master had completely suppressed them. They didn't dare to test whether the demonic Sea Beast Clan Master had the ability to kill them in one fell swoop. But this did not mean that they had all given up. Their eyes were firmly fixed on the man and the tiger fighting in the sky. Many people even had malicious thoughts in their hearts, hoping that the man and the tiger would both suffer losses. In that case, they would have the opportunity to continue to compete for the W longevity grass. In their opinion, this was still a very good chance. The two Transcendent Realm 9th level experts were definitely likely to evolve into a situation where both sides suffered losses. The battle in the sky was getting more and more intense. The two Transcendent Realm 9th level experts were already fighting fiercely in midair. At this time, the strength advantage of the demonic Sea Beast Clan man slowly manifested. This saber-toothed tiger had been beaten back by him. There were huge fist marks all over its body, and there was a broken bone under each fist mark. It could be described as a horrible sight. But even in this case, the saber-toothed tiger still fought to the death. On the other side, although the demonic Sea Clan man had the upper hand, he was not having an easy time. There were several deep wounds on his chest, which were scratched by the saber-toothed tiger. There was even a big hole in his abdomen, which was directly bitten by the saber-toothed tiger. Its two sword-like teeth were as sharp as a big sword. But at this time, the demonic Sea Clan expert began to gradually calm down because he had already won. Even if he fought until the end, he could kill this saber-toothed tiger. Of course, it was best to scare this saber-toothed tiger away, because this was the easiest way. If he fought until the end, even if he won, it would be a Pyrrhic victory. There were many people below waiting for him to make a fool of himself. He knew very well that these people were all eyeing him covetously. Once he showed any signs of weakness, these people would pounce on him like a pack of wolves. Although he was a ferocious tiger, he still couldn't resist a pack of wolves. The saber-toothed tiger did not follow his intention. It did not retreat, but fought to the death. The two sides fought until the sky collapsed and the earth cracked. In the sky, sword aura and fist intent overflowed everywhere, colliding with each other and melting each other. Beast, go to hell! At this time, the demonic Sea Clan man directly grasped a flaw on the saber-toothed tiger. He rushed in front of the saber-toothed tiger with countless demon auras condensed in his hands. He blasted out an unparalleled fist momentum, which landed on the saber-toothed tiger's body. Boom! The saber-toothed tiger's head was smashed open on the spot, and its brains splashed everywhere. Before this saber-toothed tiger died, it directly inserted its fangs into the demonic Sea Clan man's body, piercing a big hole. Blood flowed continuously. No one knew how many internal organs were pierced through. The demonic Sea Clan man suddenly felt his face turning pale. His figure swayed in the air, and he almost fell directly to the ground. Seeing the demonic Sea Clan man's decline, many experts below suddenly lit up as if they saw a huge opportunity. This is a good opportunity. He is now seriously injured. If he comes down to fight for it, he will die. Don't worry. No one knew who shouted, but it immediately caused a commotion among the countless cultivators below. Immediately, countless people pounced forward. At this time, no one pursued who said this because it was their inner thoughts. It was just that the person said it out loud. Immediately, everyone pounced forward. A Transcendent Realm 8th level expert took the lead and directly came to the vicinity of the Heavenly Pivot Life Prolonging Grass. But before he could touch the Heavenly Pivot Life Prolonging Grass, countless attacks followed closely behind, directly blasting him into a cloud of blood mist. He didn't even have the time to let out a scream. The attacks behind him were too dense. It was more terrifying than the demonic Sea Clan expert's full-strength attack just now. But even so, no one wanted to retreat. Everyone knew that this was the only opportunity. If they let it go, there would be no more. Damn it, this is mine. At this time, the Sea Demon clansman didn't care about the wounds on his body. He flew down from the sky like a ferocious tiger. He killed a Transcendent Realm 7th level expert with a single punch. The Transcendent Realm 9th level expert who was enraged with all his might was indeed terrifying. This heavenly pivot life, prolonging grass, I want it. Suddenly, an extremely arrogant voice came from the sky. A group of people directly crossed the vast sky and entered everyone's eyes. The leader was a young man with a pale face, without a beard. His eyes were gloomy and cold. Some people among the crowd already recognized him. Poisonous young master. Suddenly, everyone took a breath of cold air. It turned out to be the poisonous young master. Even now, after many experts entered the demon-subduing tower, the poisonous young master, flaming young master, and others were still the top experts among them. Behind the poisonous young master, there were more than 20 Transcendent Realm 7th level experts. All of them were elite experts in the poisonous flaming dragon clan. Their bodies exuded a fierce aura, carrying an extremely dangerous aura. Compared to these people present, they were much stronger, even though their realms were similar. But everyone knew very well that even if they were in the same realm, they would not be the opponents of these poisonous flaming dragon clan experts. The poisonous young master and others moved very quickly. In just a moment, they had already caught up and directly slaughtered into the crowd. Wherever the poisonous young master passed, there was a kind of pink powder around him. Suddenly, a dozen warriors near him fell to the ground on the spot. They foamed at the mouth, and their faces turned blue. After a while, they died. Suddenly, everyone distanced themselves from the poisonous young master as if they had seen a ghost, for fear of being poisoned to death. What poisonous young master? You dare to provoke me? You must die. The demonic Sea Clan man was furious when he saw another troublemaker. Chapter 986. What poisonous young master? Anyone who dares to provoke me must die. The burly Sea Demon clansman was enraged when he saw another troublemaker. As a Transcendent Realm 9th level expert, he naturally had his own pride. Poisonous young master, flaming young master, and others were powerful, but they were only at Transcendent Realm 8th level. They were not comparable to him. Now someone was so arrogant and blatantly snatched his heavenly pivot life, prolonging grass. How could he not be enraged? In his opinion, the heaven's pivot life, prolonging herb was already his to begin with. It was even to the extent that he had paid a huge price to kill that saber-toothed tiger. However, he had never imagined that someone would beat him to it. At this time, how could he not be furious? The poisonous young master didn't even look at him. He directly stretched out a big hand and grabbed the heavenly pivot life, prolonging grass. He was determined to get it, not putting others in his eyes at all. Stop! That's mine! At this time, the burly Sea Demon clansman was enraged. He blasted out a punch. Countless demon aura between heaven and earth condensed. He instantly blasted out an extremely overbearing fist technique. Boom! The poisonous young master's chi-condensed hand was smashed into green smoke on the spot. It did not have time to grab the heavenly pivot life, prolonging grass. You dare to go against me? You're courting death. The poisonous young master's eyes flashed with murderous intent. His face sank, and he said angrily, You dare to be presumptuous in front of me? You're courting death. I have no intention of going against the poisonous flaming dragon clan, but I saw this heavenly pivot life, prolonging grass first. If you insist on snatching it, then don't blame me for being impolite, said the burly Sea Demon clansman coldly. He directly ignored everyone who discovered this heavenly pivot life, prolonging grass before him. In other words, he didn't care about them at all. Even if these insignificant characters discovered it, what could they do? He was indeed afraid of the poisonous flaming dragon clan, but it was only fear. After all, he was a Transcendent Realm 9th level expert with his own pride. It was impossible for him to give up the dubby life, prolonging grass that was almost within his grasp just because of the poisonous flaming dragon clan. Moreover, he was from the Sea Demon clan and lived in the Chaos Demon Sea. That was a place where even the poisonous flaming dragon clan couldn't fully extend their power. Of course, he didn't want to offend the poisonous flaming dragon clan too much. After all, the poisonous flaming dragon clan was an overlord among the sea tribe in this region. If he really provoked them, he might really be chased to the ends of the earth. He could forget about leaving the flourished Cloud Sea region in the future. He wasn't like Yishuin. He didn't have the courage to be fearless, nor did he have that kind of fearlessness. You're welcome? Who do you think you are? How dare you act so presumptuously in front of this young master? I didn't want to start a massacre, but since a pig-like thing like you dares to act presumptuously in front of this young master, don't blame me. The poisonous young master said with a cold smile. He was not a good-tempered person, but he was actually stopped by someone at this time. Who does the poisonous young master think he is? I'll let you see who I am now. The poisonous young master sneered and immediately made a move. A black light flickered in his hand, and a palm directly slapped towards the Sea Demon clan expert. When the black light in his hand touched the air, the entire air was corroded and penetrated. His hand also contained highly toxic poison. The surrounding warriors hurriedly walked out a little more. They were even more afraid to approach. Only then did they remember that this was a terrifying character who once poisoned an entire sea clan to death. It was said that the blood flowing in his body was highly toxic. Any little bit of it could poison a transcendent realm expert to death. If such a person dared to approach, he might be poisoned to death accidentally. That would be terrible. Moreover, this was also a temperamental character. Most of the time, there was no standard for his mood. In other words, no one knew when he would suddenly become furious. He might even kill a few people when he was in a good mood. There was no doubt that in everyone's heart, the poisonous young master had long become a person who killed indiscriminately. The Sea Demon clan burly man suddenly turned pale with fright. He did not expect that the poisonous young master would make a move without the slightest hesitation. This was completely beyond his expectations. But at this time, a sharp light flashed in his eyes. Although he was afraid of the poisonous flaming dragon clan's might, he had his own pride as a transcendent realm 9th level expert. He was not a clay figurine that everyone could bully. This poisonous young master was simply too much. If there was a transcendent realm 9th level expert in the poisonous flaming dragon clan, then he would immediately turn around and leave. However, it was just a transcendent realm 8th level poisonous young master. He was still confident that he could deal with him. After all, transcendent realm 9th level and 8th level were different. He didn't think about how similar this scene was. Just now, he relied on his tyrannical strength to kill the poisonous young master. He never thought much about it, but now, he felt that the poisonous young master was too much. The Sea Demon clan burly man's reaction speed was extremely fast. He reacted in an instant and blasted out endless demon aura wrapped in fist intent. ZZ. The fist and palm intersected, but there was no explosion as everyone imagined. Instead, there was a sizzling sound, followed by a scream. The Sea Demon clan burly man was still majestic just now. He suddenly withdrew his fist and screamed. Most of his fist had melted, revealing blood and bone fragments, which made people shudder. Moreover, a terrifying speed directly penetrated his blood vessels, along his arm, and into his body. The venom was about to spread all over his body. At this time, the Sea Demon clan burly man suddenly gritted his teeth. He used his left hand to chop off his right arm. The severe pain suddenly made his face pale. His skin was densely covered with cold sweat. His eyes were wide open, looking at the poisonous young master with bloodshot eyes. He was horrified. He was almost poisoned to death by the poisonous young master in the previous exchange. If he didn't act decisively and drag it out for a second or two, he would have died from the poison. Although he had long heard of the strength of these younger generation experts, he didn't take it seriously. No matter how strong the younger generation was, they could only be within the younger generation. No matter how strong they were, They were just a group of hundreds of years old. How could they go against the natural order? But the real exchange just now made him understand one thing. Although they were only the younger generation, the monstrous talents and geniuses themselves couldn't be measured by common sense. The crowd was silent. Everyone was frightened. They originally thought that there would be a fierce battle. Although the Sea Demon Clan burly man was Transcendent Realm 9th level, he was already severely injured. Not to mention, with the poisonous young master's reputation, he would not be an ordinary Transcendent Realm 8th level expert. However, they didn't expect the situation to be so one-sided. The Transcendent Realm 9th level Sea Demon Clan burly man was vulnerable in front of the poisonous young master. Are the younger generation now so strong? This is the fastest generation I have ever seen. Some people sucked in a breath of cold air. Some of them had lived for thousands of years and had seen many young experts rise and fall. However, they had never seen a generation that improved so quickly. They were only a few hundred years old, but they were already able to beat the old masters to the point where they couldn't even fight back. According to this strength, if they step into the Transcendent Realm 9th level, I'm afraid they can immediately rush to the peak and become invincible. Idiot! The poisonous young master sneered and rushed to attack again. But this time, the Sea Demon Clan burly man did not choose to confront him head-on. Instead, he turned around and left, not daring to confront him head-on. With just one blow, he knew that he was not this terrifying poisonous young master's opponent. Even if he was at his peak, he was no exception, let alone in his current state. You want to leave? The poisonous young master sneered, turned into a dark light, and chased directly. A palm shot out, turning into a monstrous poisonous palm, and directly slammed down on the spot. Boom! The Sea Demon Clan burly man had no time to escape. He was slapped, and his body melted directly into a cloud of blood mist in midair. After slapping the Transcendent Realm 9th level burly man to death, the poisonous young master walked straight down from midair step by step like an elegant, noble young master. However, after witnessing the poisonous young master's ruthless means just now, no one would treat him as a noble young master. The poisonous young master didn't even look at the crowd. No one dared to be afraid of him at this time. A smug smile flashed across the corner of his mouth. As the saying goes, the mantis stalks the cicada, unaware of the oriole behind. In the end, it still fell into his hands. As long as one had enough strength, first come, first served, and morality were nothing. Suddenly, just as the poisonous young master walked to the W life-prolonging grass and was about to pick it up, the W life-prolonging grass suddenly uprooted from the soil. It instantly turned into a stream of light and disappeared into the horizon. The poisonous young master was stunned for a moment. He immediately yelled in exasperation, "Chase! Chase it!" As he spoke, his figure turned into a dark light and chased after it. He was furious. What does it mean to let a cooked duck fly away? This is it. Shortly after the poisonous young master flew up, everyone, including the poisonous Flaming Dragon Clan experts, followed. In the swamp on the other side, Yi Shiwen was constantly moving up and down. He suddenly opened his eyes. The surrounding wind and thunder power seemed to be under his command, forming a domain. Wind and thunder domain complete. Suddenly, a stream of light rushed straight from the horizon. Before he could distinguish it, he had already rushed into the swamp in a panic. Chapter 987. Yi Shiwen opened his eyes. Qi gathered in his eyes, and his eyes lit up instantly. He immediately saw through the stream of light. It turned out to be a Heaven's Pivot longevity grass. Yi Shiwen did not hesitate immediately. He formed a qi-condensed giant hand and directly grabbed the Heaven's Pivot longevity grass. There was a commotion in his ears. "Chase! You must catch up! Damn it!" This voice was familiar. It was the poisonous young master. Sure enough, the exasperated poisonous young master had caught up in a moment. He no longer had his usual grace, only an exasperated look. The boat capsized in the ditch. The cooked duck flew away. This series of blows made him flustered and exasperated. He simply couldn't care less about his demeanor. Who dares to snatch my heaven's pivot longevity grass? At this time, a loud shout came from a distance, piercing the vast sky. The voice turned into a sound wave, instantly crushing down. Yi Shiwen snorted coldly. The sound wave that blasted over was instantly resolved into nothingness. At this time, the various clans' warriors behind the poisonous young master and the others were suddenly stunned. Who had the guts to snatch the poisonous young master's item? That person must be tired of living. If it was just a moment ago, the crowd only had a legendary impression of these heaven's pridelings of the younger generation. However, the previous attack had completely overturned their impression. These young experts were probably strong to an unimaginable extent. At this time, even if a Transcendent Realm 9th level warrior provoked these people, it would be a dead end in his opinion. Now, someone dared to snatch the heaven's pivot longevity grass. Wasn't it courting death? Even these people followed just to watch the show. They didn't intend to snatch the heaven's pivot longevity grass from the poisonous young master. Among the top geniuses of the younger generation, the poisonous young master was the least afraid of group battles. If a random poison attack besieged him, it would be courting death. When they arrived, they saw the poisonous young master and a young man in green shirt confronting each other. The poisonous young master identified the person's identity. Yi Shiwen, I didn't expect it to be you. Yi Shiwen. Everyone was suddenly startled. Many people suddenly thought of who this Yi Shiwen was. During this time, Yi Shiwen's name suddenly spread among the warriors on the entire 7th floor. There was no other reason. It was because he killed Crown Prince Crocodile. Who was Crown Prince Crocodile? He was one of the top experts in the younger generation. No young expert dared to say that he could defeat Crown Prince Crocodile. But now, he had actually died in the hands of this man named Yi Shiwen. Many warriors on the 6th floor came to the 7th floor and swore that they did see Crown Prince Crocodile die in Yi Shiwen's hands. This was not the most terrifying thing. The most terrifying thing was not Yi Shiwen's strength, but his courage. Crown Prince Crocodile was the next vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan's patriarch. Almost everyone recognized him. The vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan's strength in the Flourish Cloud Sea region was unfathomable. With such a behemoth, even if many people were dissatisfied with Crown Prince Crocodile, they dared not make a move on him. Otherwise, with Crown Prince Crocodile's arrogance, the older generation would have taken action against him. It was because he was sheltered in the shadow of the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan that he was unscrupulous. Ordinary people were not his opponents. Those who could kill him had scruples. Hence, he could grow all the way to the current stage. Not only the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan, but also the heaven's pride of several overlords. Which one of them did not grow up like this? Only the unparalleled sword was regarded as an anomaly. Because of his mysterious origin, no one knew his origin. They only knew that he was a young expert from the outer region. But now, there was one more such anomaly. Compared to the unparalleled sword, Yi Shiwen was more daring and unscrupulous. He went against the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan all the way until now. No matter how many experts the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan sent, they failed to eliminate him. His strength was simply terrifying. But what really shocked the entire 7th floor was that Crown Prince Crocodile was beheaded. The vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan's young experts were all beheaded. Once the news spread, it immediately shocked one side. Everyone finally saw how powerful the current younger generation was from the poisonous young master. Ordinary Transcendent Realm 9th level experts were not their opponents. But Crown Prince Crocodile died in Yi Shiwen's hands. It was hard to imagine how powerful Yi Shiwen was. Poisonous young master, long time no see. You are still as elegant as before. Yi Shiwen smiled and kept the W life prolonging grass in Tianyuan mirror. Cut the crap. Hand over the W life prolonging grass. Otherwise, today will be your death, said the poisonous young master unceremoniously. Seeing that Yi Shiwen kept the W life prolonging grass in Tianyuan mirror, he was a little anxious. He quickly interrupted Yi Shiwen's words. The so-called treasure has spirit. Those who are fated will obtain it. The poisonous young master should understand this truth, said Yi Shiwen with a smile. Asking him to spit out what he ate? That's impossible. Cut the crap. I only know that those with bigger fists are fated, said the poisonous young master coldly. His gaze was cold, and a poisonous light flickered in his eyes. Among the younger generation, he had always been a lawless figure. There was no other reason but fear of his poison. Even Crown Prince Crocodile and others did not want to go against him. Because of the poisonous Flaming Dragon clan, he was born with a poisonous body. Even the pores in his blood exuded poisonous gas. If one was not careful, he might be poisoned. At that time, there would be no one to help him. Because of this, he had developed an unscrupulous character. Previously, he even dared to stop Crown Prince Crocodile without a care. Even if we compare fists, you might not be stronger than me, said Yi Shiwen with a grin. After killing Crown Prince Crocodile, he began to cultivate his pseudo-domain in close cultivation. Now he finally succeeded. He had another powerful trump card. With the existence of this pseudo-domain, he could dominate the Transcendent Realm 9th level. He was truly tyrannical. Come and give it a try. Let's see if you can block my poison. Seeing Yi Shiwen say so, the poisonous young master was furious. He might not care about the heaven's pivot life-prolonging grass, but Yi Shiwen would never say that he was inferior to the poisonous young master. He sneered immediately. He grabbed a handful of poisonous gas in his hand and blasted it out like a sharp arrow, heading straight for Yi Shiwen's face. The poisonous young master's speed was extremely fast. Everyone could almost see the sharp arrow composed of turquoise, poisonous gas flickering. In an instant, it had rushed to Yi Shiwen's face. Break! Yi Shiwen shouted loudly. Suddenly, countless air condensed in front of Yi Shiwen in an instant and blocked his front. Dang! The sharp arrow pierced the vast sky instantly and blasted in front of the chi wall. Suddenly, there was a loud noise. Circles of shock waves blasted out instantly. As soon as they fought, the poisonous young master showed his powerful strength. However, Yi Shiwen also showed a powerful strength not inferior to the poisonous young master in an instant. You took my poison and return it to me, the poisonous young master yelled and attacked in front of Yi Shiwen. Above his big hand, the turquoise poisonous light flickered. He was also very clear about Yi Shiwen's strength. Although there might be some misinformation, he saw the battle between Yi Shiwen and Crown Prince Crocodile outside the demon-subduing tower. Although both sides did not use their full strength because the demon-subduing tower was about to open, the two sides were evenly matched at that time. This made the poisonous young master a little more afraid of Yi Shiwen. In any case, Yi Shiwen was at least an expert similar to him. Although the poisonous young master was proud and arrogant, he was not a fool. He naturally understood that he could not underestimate the enemy at this time. Otherwise, he might be the one dying. Boom! The poisonous young master's punch collapsed the entire air. His fist penetrated the air instantly and blasted in front of Yi Shiwen in an instant. The poisonous wind blew in Yi Shiwen's face. Yi Shiwen's body was instantly covered with countless golden divinities, blocking the toxicity. It seemed as if there were innumerable deities chanting sutras amidst those innumerable divinities. Each deity was glittering with golden light. The poisonous gas simply couldn't pass through these deities, let alone penetrate into Yi Shiwen's body. At this time, Yi Shiwen moved. However, no one saw when he moved. They only saw Yi Shiwen's fist suddenly appearing in front of the poisonous young master's face and blocked the poisonous young master's fatal palm strike. Boom! The terrifying collision between the two sides instantly exploded in mid-air. The terrifying explosion mixed with golden and turquoise divine light spread out, instantly flattening the surrounding jungle. As I said, you are not my opponent even if we compete with our fists. Don't force me to fight. Otherwise, you can only humiliate yourself. Yi Shiwen sneered and blasted another punch. The air shook violently, and the power of countless stars twined around his hand. The surrounding environment turned into the void of the universe. He was the only true god in the universe. The fist in his hand turned into a big star and suddenly smashed towards the poisonous young master. All of this seemed to take a long time, but in fact it only happened in an instant. Yi Shiwen's fist instantly blasted. The terrifying fist pressure pressed on the poisonous young master's face. It directly blew his hair back, and the flesh on his face began to distort. A trace of horror finally flashed in his eyes. If he did not dodge, the guy in front of him would definitely kill him on the spot. He would not give him any chance to defend himself. His figure suddenly retreated backward and quickly avoided the range of Yi Shiwen's fist pressure. Boom! Chapter 988. Boom! Yi Shiwen's fist slammed on the ground in an instant, creating a large pit with a radius of thousands of meters. The poisonous young master was almost smashed to death inside. You're asking to be humiliated. These words deeply stimulated the poisonous young master, making him a little restless all of a sudden. No one had ever dared to talk to him like this. However, he didn't have any way to deal with Yi Shiwen because his biggest reliance was his poison. However, Yi Shiwen wasn't afraid of his poison at all. In fact, his poison couldn't even penetrate into his body. Not to mention injuring him, his poison didn't even have the energy to penetrate into his body. This made him go crazy all of a sudden. Encountering such an impenetrable expert was indeed the most troublesome. No matter how one fought, the poisonous young master had no weakness at all. Coupled with Yi Shiwen's terrifying speed, the poisonous young master was invincible. If it weren't for the heaven's pivot life prolonging grass, he would have left long ago. He looked at Yi Shiwen viciously. He seemed to be calculating the odds of winning if they continued to fight. Was it possible to snatch the heaven's pivot life prolonging grass from Yi Shiwen's hands? But no matter how reluctant he was, after such a comparison, he realized that he seemed to be unable to defeat Yi Shiwen, who seemed to be wearing armor. At that time, he could only be beaten passively. At that time, he would really lose face. If it had been someone else, he wouldn't have suffered such a loss. He wouldn't have been in such a passive position. However, he had encountered a freak like Yi Shiwen. In the face of such an opponent who had almost no shortcomings, the only way was to defeat him in a fair and square manner, rather than using some unorthodox methods. Although poison was powerful, it could only be regarded as an unorthodox method. Yi Shiwen looked at the poisonous young master indifferently to see how he would choose. His chest was endlessly carefree. After condensing the domain of wind and thunder power, his speed became faster. Moreover, with the protection of divinity, he did not have to worry about the poisonous young master's poison at all. Without poison, in his opinion, the poisonous young master was like a tiger without teeth. He was not a threat at all. Crown Prince Crocodile seemed to be a bigger threat. The poisonous young master meeting Yi Shiwen was like meeting his nemesis. Yi Shiwen didn't want to offend the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan and offend the Poisonous Flaming Dragon clan. However, this did not mean that he was afraid. He just didn't want any insignificant accidents to happen. The poisonous young master just glanced at Yi Shiwen fiercely. In the end, he had no choice but to say bitterly, "Just wait." His expression was exceptionally gloomy. The cooked duck had flown away, and the life-prolonging grass was gone. It was like he had lost a windfall. One could imagine how gloomy he was feeling. However, there was no other way. He couldn't do anything to Yi Shiwen, let alone his subordinates. He had no choice but to leave with his poisonous Flaming Dragon clan experts. Yi Shiwen didn't care. He just smiled, turned around, and stepped into the sky. His figure transformed into a ball of wind and thunder, and disappeared in front of everyone's eyes. The martial artists of the various races looked at each other in dismay. It was over just like that? No one had expected such an outcome. The poisonous young master had failed to snatch the Dubhe prolonging life grass from Yi Shiwen's hands. In fact, he had fled in defeat. He wasn't Yi Shiwen's match at all. I thought the poisonous young master was already very powerful. I didn't expect Yi Shiwen to be even more powerful than him. With just one exchange, he scared the poisonous young master away. Someone said with emotion. It seemed to be because of Yi Shiwen's terrifying combat power. Is Yi Shiwen really so much stronger than the poisonous young master? Wouldn't he be invincible among the Transcendent Realm 9th level experts? Someone exclaimed. It was already surprising that the poisonous young master could easily blast a Transcendent Realm expert to death. If Yi Shiwen was stronger than him, wouldn't he be invincible among the Transcendent Realm 9th level experts? It shouldn't be so. I think the poisonous young master is restrained. Otherwise, with the poisonous young master's strength, he wouldn't be like this. I don't know what kind of technique Yi Shiwen's physical body cultivated. It's so strong that it's terrifying. It's comparable to the ancient clans that specialize in physical body. It's terrifying. Some people had a clearer view of the situation. Perhaps Yi Shiwen's strength was indeed above the poisonous young master. However, if his physical body wasn't so strong that the poisonous young master had no room to unleash his full strength, it would be impossible to scare the poisonous young master away. Soon, the news of Yi Shiwen scaring away the poisonous young master and snatching the heaven's pivot longevity grass quickly spread to the entire 7th level's warriors. Faced with this result, the cultivators from the various races looked at each other in dismay, especially the human cultivators, who were completely dumbfounded, not having expected this. Some people cried out in alarm. After young Master Hai Long, another matchless young expert was going to rise up. In fact, the human clan didn't have many experts, especially when compared to the sea race. Although the human clan had a lot of experts compared to the sea race, they were at a complete disadvantage when compared to the entire sea race. If it wasn't for young Master Hai Long suppressing them in the past, who knew how arrogant the sea race would be. But Yi Shiwen's attack this time greatly lifted their spirits. But for those Sea Clan experts, it was not necessarily a good thing. After Yi Shiwen killed Crown Prince Crocodile, this matter immediately spread throughout the 7th level. Initially, many people still didn't believe in Yi Shiwen's strength. After all, Yi Shiwen could easily defeat a Transcendent Realm 5th level and 6th level expert. Therefore, no one dared to believe that Crown Prince Crocodile would die in Yi Shiwen's hands. Many people even felt that it was a bit absurd and ridiculous. Crown Prince Crocodile was a powerful figure. Many people didn't believe that he would die in Yi Shiwen's hands. At this time, the news that Yi Shiwen made a move to scare away the poisonous young master was like adding fuel to the fire, pushing the whole matter to the peak. In addition, some people with ulterior motives added fuel to the fire. The entire 7th level began to discuss Yi Shiwen's matter. Yi Shiwen had suddenly become the focus of everyone's attention. His attention had even surpassed the speculation about the origin and strength of the monster that was sleeping between the 6th and 7th floor. It became a topic of conversation during their leisure time. But for those martial artists, the bigger waves were yet to come. Because of Yi Shiwen's appearance, the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan once again triggered the pursuit of him. After the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan's younger generation experts were beheaded, some vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan experts came one after another. But this time, it was not the top experts of the younger generation like Crown Prince Crocodile, but the older generation experts like Elder 18. After hearing the news of Crown Prince Crocodile's death, Elder 18 suddenly flew into a rage and hurriedly chased after Yi Shiwen. Many people were not very optimistic about Yi Shiwen. After all, this team of vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan experts led by Elder 18 was stronger than the Crown Prince Crocodile's team. The weakest of them was a Transcendent Realm 8th level expert. There were more than 10 Transcendent Realm 9th level experts. Among them, Elder 18 was considered a top expert among the Transcendent Realm 9th level experts. It was conceivable that Yi Shiwen would face a dangerous situation this time. But what was unexpected was that after Elder 18 ambushed Yi Shiwen killed 3 Transcendent Realm 9th level experts and 5 Transcendent Realm 8th level experts before retreating calmly. Although Yi Shiwen could not do anything to Elder 18, Elder 18 could not do anything to Yi Shiwen under Yi Shiwen's speed. After cultivating the second layer of the Devil Wings, Tempest Wings, to the peak, Yi Shiwen's speed had also climbed to the peak. Even a law manifestation realm expert would not be able to match Yi Shiwen's speed without the suppression of the domain. One could well imagine how fast Yi Shiwen's current speed was. As soon as this news came out, everyone was in an uproar. Many people had heard of Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan's Elder 18. There was no other reason. Many elders of the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan had entered close cultivation. Elder 18 was a newly promoted elder. He had been very active in the past 1,000 years. He had carried out many cases of clan extermination. It could be said that he had a fierce reputation. Crown Prince Crocodile was far from comparable. However, in the case of an ambush, Yi Shiwen still could not be captured. Yi Shiwen even killed many experts. How could it not be shocking? Yi Shiwen is really heaven-defying. It seems that unless a half-step law manifestation expert appears, it is impossible to capture Yi Shiwen. It is more than impossible to capture Yi Shiwen. At this time, if one is not careful, Transcendent Realm 9th level experts will fall in his hands. Tell me, how did such a monster rise up? Why wasn't there any news about him before? The world is vast. It is not strange to have a few unknown experts. It is said that Pei Xingqian also concluded that Yi Shiwen is not an expert of our Flourish Cloud Sea region. Maybe he is an expert from another domain. Most importantly, looking at this situation, I am afraid that only after the arrival of the various clans' law manifestation experts, it is possible to deal with him. It's just that the various clans' law manifestation experts are held up by something. We have sent out the message for so long, but there is no news until now. Let me tell you, it is said that those Transcendence Realm experts are trapped in a divine tomb outside. God knows when they will come. Everyone discussed animatedly. There were many different opinions, but they all had their own opinions. But for the news about Yi Shiwen, it was just the beginning. The poisonous young master was beaten by Yi Shiwen and fled in panic. Chapter 989. Another piece of news shocked everyone. Like an explosion, the news seemed to have grown wings and instantly spread throughout the entire 6th floor. In the 6th floor, it was already particularly lively because of Yi Shiwen's matter. Now, it was like a pot of boiling oil. Everyone was talking about Yi Shiwen. All of a sudden, the limelight was overshadowed by the other younger generation experts. Whether it was the poisonous young master, Pei Xingqian, or the pair of demonic sea beast clan siblings, no one had become the center of attention like Yi Shiwen. In the past few months, Yi Shiwen had quickly become the focus of everyone. Yi Shiwen, who could only be regarded as an unknown person, had suddenly become the target of everyone's criticism. Soon, the whole story of the poisonous young master being beaten by Yi Shiwen and fleeing in a panic was discovered by everyone. It turned out that after the poisonous young master was frightened by Yi Shiwen, the more he thought about it, the angrier he became. Hence, he led several Transcendent Realm 9th level experts in the poisonous Flaming Dragon clan and joined forces to besiege Yi Shiwen. Unexpectedly, Yi Shiwen was enraged. He immediately started a massacre. The few Transcendent Realm 9th level experts with average strength were slaughtered on the spot. None of them were spared. The other experts who had not reached Transcendent Realm 9th level were no match for Yi Shiwen and were killed one after another. Only the poisonous young master fled in a panic. He finally escaped from Yi Shiwen's hands, but he was in a sorry state. He fled for thousands of miles, all the way. Countless people saw him on the way, which finally spread the news. Amidst the rumors, Yi Shiwen had faintly become the top expert of the younger generation. He was even comparable to the original Sea Dragon Young Master, becoming the top expert of the younger generation in the Flourish Cloud Sea region. In everyone's opinion, even young Master Hai Long wouldn't be able to achieve such a feat. The enraged Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan and Poisonous Flaming Dragon Clan issued a wanted order. As long as they could kill Yi Shiwen, then there would be a reward of 100 million spirit crystals. They could also enter the two clans and become a guest. The Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan and Yi Shiwen had long become incompatible. The poisonous Flaming Dragon clan also lost several Transcendent Realm 9th level experts and several experts below Transcendent Realm 9th level. The poisonous Flaming Dragon clan dominated the Flourish Cloud Sea region for many years. Even the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan had no way to compete with the poisonous Flaming Dragon clan, let alone other clans. It had been a long time since anyone dared to challenge their dignity. Wasn't that just courting death? Of course, they wouldn't have thought that such a thing wouldn't have happened if the poisonous young master hadn't ambushed Yi Shiwen. They were already mad with anger, so they wouldn't have thought of this. Even if they had thought of it, they wouldn't have cared. For them, only their clansmen were the most precious. The others were just like ants to them. Although many people were afraid of Yi Shiwen's strength and means to kill Transcendent Realm 9th level experts, many people still began to be tempted after hearing the rewards and guarantees of the two clans. 100 million spirit crystals. Even for Transcendent Realm 9th level experts, it was an astronomical wealth. Not to mention that one could enter these two clans as a consecrator and enjoy the protection and resources of these two clans. For many individual cultivators, was there any better business than this? All of a sudden, countless people became restless. As the saying went, money moved people's hearts. It was enough to make people take risks. In the past few months, Yi Shiwen had encountered dozens of pursuits. There were Transcendent Realm 9th level experts, and even Transcendent Realm 8th level warriors. They overestimated themselves and chased after Yi Shiwen. However, as more and more warriors of various clans were killed by Yi Shiwen, the number of pursuers slowly decreased. In the beginning, Yi Shiwen would encounter nearly 10 ambushes a day. But as time went by, the number became fewer and fewer. No one dared to chase after Yi Shiwen for 10 days to half a month. But once they appeared, they must be top experts who were extremely confident in their strength. After all, Yi Shiwen had killed many Transcendent Realm 9th level experts, not to mention others. At this time, those who dared to come out must be extremely powerful Transcendent Realm 9th level experts. Although the number of ambushes was decreasing, each battle was more difficult than before. In the most recent match, Yi Shiwen killed a Transcendent Realm 9th level expert. The battle was earth-shattering. The battle lasted for a day and a night. It could be said that both sides were injured. In the end, Yi Shiwen used the domain of wind and thunder power to suppress the opponent. Only then did he kill the opponent. By the time the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan and Poisonous Flaming Dragon clan experts arrived at the scene, they could only see a large area of blood on the scene. Blood flowed everywhere. Traces of battle were everywhere. It was chilling. After this battle, Yi Shiwen had completely disappeared in front of everyone. Some people said that he died in an unknown place after a lose-lose situation. Others said that he hid to heal his injuries. Some people even said that he had actually left the 6th floor and the demon-subduing tower. These news were true and false. It was difficult to distinguish for a while. However, amidst the rumors, an even more shocking piece of news spread. The Dharma Plain elders of the various clans had finally arrived. They had been sent from the various clans thousands of miles away. They did not come from the sealed land, as everyone had guessed. This was because many of the Transcendence Realm experts from various clans had already gathered in the sealed area. However, for some unknown reason, they did not rush over from there. Instead, they sent out another batch of Transcendence Realm experts from their own clans. The various clans' experts were baffled. However, the major overlord forces had a rare tacit understanding to block the news. They did not intend to answer everyone's doubts. This abnormal situation attracted the attention of many people. However, no one was able to obtain any information from the experts of the various overlords. At this moment, the discipline of the various overlords was on full display. No one could ask what the reason was. Many people were considering whether to leave the demon-subduing tower quickly and go to the sealed site to have a look. After all, looking at the actions of these overlord forces, even if the demon-subduing tower could be obtained, it would definitely not be them. When there were only a group of young experts such as Crown Prince Crocodile, they still had a chance to fish in troubled waters. But now, there was nothing for them to do. With the arrival of these law manifestation experts, the matter was gradually out of the hands of these individual cultivators. In a remote forest, in a blood-colored halo, a cyan figure walked out of it. It was Yi Shiwen. Unlike everyone's speculation, Yi Shiwen neither left the demon-subduing tower, nor was he injured. He hid to heal his wounds, and he did not perish. He just found a place to cultivate in seclusion. In the last battle, he fought with the other party until the sky collapsed and the earth cracked. In the end, he used the Tempest domain that he had just comprehended. Only then did he manage to kill the other party. This greatly touched Yi Shiwen. Perhaps he could easily kill ordinary Transcendent Realm 9th level experts. However, if he encountered those veteran Transcendent Realm 9th level experts, he still paled in comparison. Unless he entered the Transcendent Realm 6th level. In that case, his combat power would go up a notch. He could kill any Transcendent Realm 9th level expert in one blow. At that time, even if he encountered a half-step law manifestation expert, he could still retreat calmly. At that time, he could try to return to the ancient Barrens continent through the Endless Sea region. However, although this battle was tragic, it also gave him great benefits. Many things that he couldn't figure out in martial arts suddenly became clear in the battle. As long as he was given time, it would not be a problem to enter the Transcendent Realm 6th level. Once he entered the Transcendent Realm 6th level, he could step into the peak and look down on everyone. Originally, he had planned to leave. In this demon-subduing tower, there were many dangers. However, the demon-subduing tower would not fall into his hands. Even if he was arrogant, he was very clear that compared with the law manifestation experts, he was still very fragile. He was not their opponent at all. As long as these experts were here, even if the barrier between the 6th and 7th floor was penetrated, it would not be his turn to control the demon-subduing tower. If it were only Crown Prince Crocodile and others, he could still fight for it. However, when he heard that these law manifestation realm experts were about to move out together to break through the barrier between the two levels and deal with the unknown demonic beast, Yi Shiwen suppressed the thought of leaving. Instead, he chose to come out of seclusion to take a look. He also wanted to know how tyrannical the beast was. Yi Shiwen, when the time comes, don't get too close because we don't know when this subduing devil tower was created. That demon beast might also be a demon beast from ancient times. Maybe it's far beyond the law phase realm. If it's really too powerful, then it'll be easy for you to leave. Yi Shiwen nodded. Anyway, with his eyesight, he could see it clearly even if it was hundreds of miles away. After making up his mind, Yi Shiwen immediately stepped out. His figure instantly disappeared into the sky, turning into a stream of light that streaked across the sky, heading towards the entrance of the 6th floor to the 7th floor. Along the way, Yi Shiwen encountered many warriors that turned into streams of light. All of them were heading towards the entrance. Although many of them were only Transcendent Realm experts and would not be the beast's opponent, they could still watch the battle. On one side was the unknown beast, and on the other side were many law manifestation experts. There would definitely be an earth-shattering battle. The benefits of being able to watch this battle could be imagined. Chapter 990. All the experts on the 6th floor headed towards the entrance to the 7th floor in a grandiose manner. In mid-air, various streams of light flickered. Many individual cultivators came to the entrance to the 7th floor first. Looking at the vicious beast that had turned into a mountain range at the entrance, everyone could only watch from a distance. They dared not approach. The entire mountain range was rising and falling with the long breath of this vicious beast. This time, Yi Shiwen did not choose to approach but watch the battle from a distance. At this time, there was a violent fluctuation in the sky. Dozens of streams of light rushed from a distance with a menacing momentum. Each of these people stepped on the streams of light of various colors. Some even rode on vicious beasts of unknown bloodlines, bringing a torrent of rolling waves. At this time, all the individual cultivators were surprised. An extraordinary character had arrived. The vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan has appeared. I didn't expect them to be the first to appear. Aren't they busy chasing Yi Shiwen all this time? Now they have the time. What do you know? How is chasing Yi Shiwen more important than getting the demon-subduing pagoda? If we kill Yi Shiwen and let the demon-subduing pagoda escape, it will be a great loss. But they are the first to arrive. Obviously, they are determined to get it. After the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan, another two groups of people came in a mighty manner. It was the sky-splitting whale clan and the poisonous flaming dragon clan. The three overlords of the sea clan arrived one after another. After the three overlords of the sea clan arrived one after another, a group of sea demon clan experts jointly arrived. Although the number was much smaller than the sea clan, their momentum was not weaker at all. The leader was a man and a woman who seemed to be husband and wife. The fluctuations that occasionally flashed on their bodies gave Yi Shiwen an unfathomable feeling. They were the real, terrifying experts in the law manifestation realm. With a casual glance, they seemed to be able to see through everyone. At this time, Yi Shiwen finally learned the names of the Sea Demon Clan siblings from the mouths of others. The elder brother was Boundless Sea, and the younger sister was Boundless Sea. Among the Sea Demon Clan, this pair of siblings were famous experts. Their reputation in the Sea Demon Clan was not inferior to the reputation and status of Crown Prince Crocodile and others in their respective forces. It was just that Chaos Demon Sea had always been a forbidden area. Ordinary people could not enter at all. The news inside was difficult to spread. Even if it was spread, it was mostly spread among the top leaders of various clans. Ordinary people did not know much about the High siblings. They only knew that they were the leaders of the younger generation in the Sea Demon Clan. However, there were experts of various clans who mingled in Chaos Demon Sea all year round. They were quite familiar with the High siblings. The man and woman from the demonic Sea clan in front of them were their parents, but no one knew their specific names. Boundless Sea and Hai Wuyo were said to be a rather mysterious clan in the demonic Sea clan. Very few people walked in the Chaos Demon Sea, let alone famous ones like the High siblings. Although their names were unknown and they were not famous, no one dared to underestimate the parents of the High siblings. The might of the law manifestation experts was enough to deter anyone. After the arrival of the Sea Demon Clan experts, many human experts finally arrived late. A rumbling sound like a battle formation moving came from the horizon. A team of chariots crossed the horizon. The few macho men at the front had unfathomable and terrifying aura. Among the crowd, Yi Shiwen also saw Pei Xingqian in the bronze chariot. Pei Xingqian, who was among those people, was more composed. His aura was restrained, but he was in high spirits. It seemed that he was not far from the Transcendent Realm 9th level. In terms of strength and progress, he was even more powerful than the poisonous young master. In addition to Gue Yuan's sect, where Pei Xingqian was, some major human forces, such as Si Konghao's sect, also sent many experts. For a time, Transcendence Realm experts, who were rarely seen on normal days, could be seen everywhere like cabbages. But at this time, no one had the mind to care about this problem. Everyone's eyes were fixed on the sleeping, vicious beast. If we want to go to the 7th floor, we must kill this beast. There is no other way. Now that everyone is here, let's do it. At this time, a vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan's law manifestation expert said, "Now that we have joined forces, even if this beast is really an ancient creature, there is nothing to be afraid of," said the poisonous flaming dragon clan expert with a disdainful look. Among all the forces present, there was no doubt that the poisonous flaming dragon clan was the strongest. Even in the entire flourished Cloud Sea region, the poisonous flaming dragon clan was a dominant existence. He had such strength and confidence. What's more, there were so many law manifestation experts present. Even if this beast was strong, could it go against the natural order? This was the confidence and pride belonging to a law manifestation expert. We will kill this vicious beast by force. To avoid hurting the innocent, everyone retreat. At this time, the man leading the Sea Demon Clan said, warning those who wanted to pounce at any time to take advantage of the situation. Although it was still unknown who would kill this vicious beast in the end and whose hands the corpse would fall into, they must not let those individual cultivators snatch it first. These individual cultivators were eager to make a move. Among them, there were many Transcendent Realm 9th level, half-step law manifestation, and even law manifestation experts. If they were not careful, they might even get the last benefit. How could they not understand the principle of the mantis stalking the cicada, unaware of the oriole behind? At this time, it was time to clear the area. However, it was just a routine. After all, they were a group of law manifestation realm martial artists. If some transcendent realm martial artists were to snatch it away, they would be in deep trouble. As a law manifestation expert, they had such confidence. Many of the individual cultivators who were close could only retreat at this time, staying away from this vicious beast. There was no other way. It was impossible to reason with them at this time. After many individual cultivators retreated, these major forces law manifestation experts didn't want to wait any longer and made their move. Even if it was 100 miles away, Yi Shiwen could still feel the terrifying fluctuations when these law manifestation experts attacked with all their might. Boom! An earth-shattering explosion came from afar, giving people the illusion that the sky was collapsing and the earth was collapsing. The dazzling divine radiance caused by the explosion instantly soared into the sky, piercing through the heavens and earth. It was like a volcano that had been sleeping for many years and suddenly came back to life. The terrifying shockwaves caused his clothes to flutter violently, and the true essence in his body also started to protect his body as if it was conditioned to do so. Even if it was 100 miles away, Yi Shiwen could still feel the terrifying power. His pupils shrank for a while. The law manifestation experts were more terrifying than he imagined. For the law manifestation experts, he only had some information about them. He wasn't clear about them, so he insisted on coming here to see the law manifestation experts in action. Only by seeing it with his own eyes could he truly estimate the might of the law manifestation experts. He could already feel that it wouldn't be long before he fought with the law manifestation experts. The battle between the law manifestation experts is really terrifying. I'm frightened by this round of attacks. Yeah, the gap between the transcendent realm and the law manifestation realm is so huge. I must enter the law manifestation realm as soon as possible. In front of the law manifestation experts, the transcendent realm is not an opponent at all. Only the law manifestation experts can be regarded as a character. Suddenly, in the sky, various transcendent realm experts' spiritual senses filled the sky. Even if they were transcendent realm experts, they rarely had the chance to see these law manifestation realm experts who lived in seclusion all year round. Especially now that the situation in the Flourish Cloud Sea region was relatively stable, the opportunities for these law manifestation experts to make a move were even fewer. For example, in the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan, the one who made the move was a Transcendent Realm 9th level peak expert like Elder 18. With their means and the deterrence of the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan, it was a piece of cake to eradicate some small forces. There was no need for the law manifestation experts to make a move. Therefore, even though they knew that they might not have a chance to get the demon-subduing tower, they still gathered here to see the power of the law manifestation experts. Moreover, they had gained a lot of benefits in the 6th floor. If they could enter the 7th floor at this time, they might get more benefits. Especially many warriors who had been stuck in the Transcendent Realm 9th level for many years. They were looking forward to this opportunity. Although the majority of the loot would go to the various major powers, even the leftovers would be more than enough for individuals like them. Boom! There was another loud noise. It was as if the sea was overturned and the mountains collapsed. Between heaven and earth, there was a vast expanse of whiteness. There was a dazzling light everywhere. The endless light flickered. Between heaven and earth, it was like a pot of boiling water, boiling all of a sudden. Except for the experts of the major forces protected by the law manifestation experts, the others retreated even more. They dared not approach. Otherwise, they might be suppressed to death. In total, more than 20 law manifestation experts joined forces. How terrifying it was! The entire mountain range covering the beast was shattered on the spot, turning into powder. Everyone was dazzled by what they saw. Apart from being scared witless, they immediately became certain that after suffering such a terrifying attack, Even if that ferocious beast was really a giant beast from ancient times, it should be dead by now. It was impossible for it to survive. But they heard a loud roar resounding through the world. Roar! Chapter 991. Roar! Everyone's expression suddenly turned cold. Everyone knew that the fierce beast that had been in a deep slumber had awakened. It wasn't like what everyone had imagined, that he would be killed in his sleep. Everyone's hearts tightened. But right now, there was a vast expanse of whiteness everywhere. All kinds of divine lights were flickering. Many people didn't even dare to open their eyes, afraid that they would be directly blinded. At this moment, a sharp scream came. A female law manifestation expert screamed on the spot, and there was no news of her. Everyone's mood suddenly became tense. Yi Shiwen, who had condensed the divinity into his eyes, saw it clearly. At that moment, a huge claw instantly grabbed the female law manifestation expert, turning her into a blood mist on the spot. That law phase realm expert was like a baby in front of this incomparably huge, fierce beast. He had no way to fight back. Seeing this scene, Yishuan suddenly felt a chill on his back, and his hair instantly stood on end. That wasn't a transcendent realm master. It was a law manifestation realm master. In terms of combat power, it could definitely defeat the current Yishuan. However, it was crushed by a single claw. It was imaginable how terrifying this vicious beast was. At this moment, the white light in the sky finally dissipated, and everyone finally saw the appearance of this vicious beast. It was a ferocious beast that was as huge as a mountain. Its entire body was covered with thick red fur, and its mouth was like a bird's beak, filled with sharp teeth. There were two huge horns on its head, winding straight up, and from time to time, they emitted a terrifying divine light. His eyes were scarlet red, and from afar, they looked like two huge lanterns. Everyone was shocked when they saw the appearance of this fierce beast. What was even more terrifying was that they discovered that this fierce beast did not have a single wound on its body. That thick layer of fur did not show any signs of being disheveled at all. In other words, the attacks of those law manifestation experts didn't cause any damage to this monster with a bird's beak at all. It only shattered the mountain on its body. This was the reason why everyone took a deep breath. The attacks of those law manifestation experts had exceeded the scope of everyone's imagination. That was another level of power, but there was no way to hurt this monster with a bird's beak at all. It was imaginable how terrifying this monster with a bird's beak was. It probably far exceeded the law manifestation realm. Hiss! Everyone was taking a deep breath. While they were still immersed in this shock, the huge monster moved. The huge front claw instantly grabbed out. It was completely different from its huge body size. In an instant, another Transcendence Realm expert was caught in its mouth and bitten to death on the spot. Creak, creak. The sound of bones being chewed made people feel weak all over. It was a result of being scared. The law manifestation expert only had time to scream before he was grabbed to death. One shouldn't think that warriors at this level were fearless. They were just like ordinary people who were afraid. It was just that they were different from ordinary people who would scream at the slightest supernatural event. At their level of cultivation, they were already part of the supernatural event. They could live for tens of thousands of years and had seen all kinds of things. It was impossible for ordinary things to affect them. However, when they really saw the law manifestation expert being grabbed to death like a small bug and then being bitten and swallowed bit by bit, they were still afraid. At this time, they discovered that they were not as fearless as they thought. In front of this terrifying monster that no human could resist, they were as fragile as the ants that they used to disdain. What was the fear of ants? This was the fear of ants. Run! It was unknown who shouted this, but the entire team of warriors began to flee frantically. Everyone tried their best to escape. At this time, no one dared to stay. This vicious beast was too terrifying. Even those law manifestation experts were no exception. At this time, they no longer had the confidence and ease they had when they first appeared. They were even more embarrassed than the Transcendent Realm experts. Their original position was at the forefront. They wanted to rush into the 7th floor as soon as possible and gain control of this demon-subduing tower. However, they were now the ones who suffered the most, as they were the front line facing this vicious beast. If this vicious beast was only ordinary, it would be fine. There were many law manifestation experts present, and they could still fight against it. However, what was truly terrifying was that this vicious beast had completely exceeded the limits of their imagination. It could almost kill a law manifestation expert in one go. Could it be that a beast deity had awakened? At this time, this horrifying thought involuntarily emerged in their hearts. Ordinary people didn't know much about gods, but they knew. After all, their inheritance had been passed down for many years. Naturally, they knew that the legendary gods naturally existed. In fact, among the major clans that survived in the ancient Barrens continent, which one of them didn't have their own gods? It was just that those gods had disappeared a long time ago. Although they had all disappeared, no one dared to deny their existence. Who knew when there would be a god in hibernation? Naturally, there were also beasts that became gods with the body of a beast. However, that was too far away for them. No, they quickly remembered that this vicious beast had no divinity. Although its ferocious aura was monstrous, it did not have divinity. It had yet to become a god. However, no one would think so much at this time. Whether this vicious beast became a god or not, it was just a piece of cake for it to kill them. What was the difference between becoming a god and not becoming a god? The martial artists who had come in a majestic manner suddenly began to flee in a frenzy. Many cultivators who had their potential stimulated fled extremely quickly. Compared to before, they were several times faster. Yi Shiwen's figure was also among them. He did not spread the demon wings. His demon wings were now a symbol. Many people had seen it. Once it was spread, even if he was fleeing, it was hard to guarantee that the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan and poisonous flaming dragon clan's law manifestation realm experts would not give him a hard time. It was not difficult for a law manifestation realm expert to deal with a transcendent realm expert. Not to mention, in this kind of escape, there was no need to run faster than the vicious beast. He just had to run faster than most people. With Yi Shiwen's speed, even if he did not spread the demon wings, it was a piece of cake to achieve this. A rumbling sound came from behind Yi Shiwen. A group of people was getting closer and closer. Yi Shiwen glanced over and discovered that it was the experts of the Gui Yuan sect. Their chariots were rolling across the sky, leaving behind many traces. Although the chariots were huge, their speed was incomparably fast. They gradually caught up from the back of the group and slowly flew towards the front. At this time, Pei Xingqian, who was on the bronze chariot, saw Yi Shiwen and immediately recognized him. Although Yi Shiwen's aura was restrained, he did not disguise himself. It was easy to recognize him. At this time, both sides were fleeing. Naturally, they did not talk much. They just nodded at each other and quickly separated. The Gui Yuan sect's chariot directly ran over the team and quickly disappeared in front of everyone. The vicious beast behind was also getting closer and closer. Every time it approached, it would directly grab one or even several experts with its claws and devour them. Then, it slowly approached again. Yi Shiwen could feel that this ominous beast seemed to be in the process of recovering. The blood energy on its body was getting stronger and stronger as it devoured more and more experts. Its speed was also getting faster and faster. Obviously, this vicious beast had just woken up from its long sleep and was recovering its vitality bit by bit. Just as it was about to catch up with the team and capture a few more people, the whole world suddenly began to shake violently. Someone is touching the demon's subduing tower outside. This thought suddenly emerged in everyone's mind. However, they saw that the vicious beast behind them, which was originally about to catch up, did not continue to pursue them. Instead, it looked up to the sky and roared furiously. Red light suddenly flashed in its eyes. Its huge body suddenly flew into the sky and ran towards the sky. Every time it ran, the entire air would tremble violently. Ha 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 ha. After suppressing me for so many years, this demon-subduing tower will be my compensation. An incomparably savage laughter permeated from the outside. The voice was like a heavy blow, hitting everyone's heart all of a sudden, making everyone lose all resistance. Many experts slipped from the sky like dumplings. The person clearly did not mean it, but an unintentional sentence could make everyone feel powerless. Everyone was already powerless. This level of cultivation had already reached an unfathomable level. What did it mean when one's words were spoken? This was what it meant when one's words were spoken. Every move carried great heavenly might. Moreover, upon hearing this, the crowd became even more panicked. Suppressed? Could it be that he was the demon suppressed under this demon-subduing tower? Did he actually escape? It was imaginable how terrifying a demon that didn't die after hundreds of millions of years was. The demon that was sealed by their ancestors was not an existence they could imagine at all. Once such a demon was born, the entire Flourish Cloud Sea region would be destroyed. The vicious beast also roared. The terrifying divine light instantly rippled out like the surface of the water. Suddenly, the lives of countless natives on the entire 6th floor exploded in an instant, turning into a mass of blood essence that converged into a long river and poured into the body of this vicious beast. Chapter 992. In addition to the one on the 6th floor, the demons on the other floors also exploded and turned into a long river of blood and chi that flowed into the body of the vicious beast. The divine radiance on the vicious beast's body also became more and more intense, and its power grew stronger and stronger. Under the astonished gazes of the crowd, it disappeared into the horizon. Then, the entire devil-subduing pagoda began to shake violently again. The roars of the vicious beast and the low growls of the demon came from outside. Everyone was a little stunned. The entire 6th floor seemed to have been swept away in an instant. So many demon beasts turned into blood mist in an instant and were absorbed by the vicious beast. In other words, those demon beasts were actually raised in captivity. They looked majestic, but at the critical moment, they were nourishment that could die at any time. Looking at the lower floors, they were afraid that it was about the same. At this time, although the vicious beast had already left, no one wanted to go to the 7th floor. At this time, all the greed in their hearts was suppressed by the vicious beast. No one dared to provoke this vicious beast. Even if the vicious beast had already left, no one returned. Instead, they chose to escape frantically. In the situation where there was a matchless demon outside, the devil-subduing pagoda seemed to be abnormally unsafe. At this time, sounds from outside constantly came in. The entire devil-subduing pagoda also shook violently, as if it would collapse in the next second. Damn, you beast, you are just a tool spirit. How dare you go against this seat? If you obediently surrendered, this seat could have let you stay after subduing the devil-subduing pagoda. But now, this seat must eliminate you. The words of the matchless demon immediately stunned everyone in the devil-subduing pagoda. Tool spirit. That vicious beast was actually the tool spirit of the devil-subduing pagoda. No wonder it was sleeping in the passage between the 6th and 7th floor. No wonder it could actually make all the demons and demon beasts in the entire devil-subduing pagoda turn into a blood mist and absorb it. However, just a mere artifact spirit was already so terrifying. Just how powerful was the person who set up the demon-subduing pagoda to be able to do such a thing? No one could imagine that the original master of the devil-subduing pagoda was also a god. Boom! Boom! The entire devil-suppressing pagoda was still shaking violently because the monsters below had all turned into blood mist and were absorbed by the artifact spirit beast. Therefore, everyone's journey down the devil-suppressing pagoda was exceptionally smooth. Although the space inside the devil-suppressing pagoda was extremely large, with everyone's speed, they quickly arrived at the 1st floor. Then, they rushed out like a torrent of water, rushing out of the pagoda. The few Transcendent Realm experts who rushed out first were blasted into a blood mist by a horrifying force as soon as they rushed out. Other people suddenly stagnated and were completely scared, but the suppressing devil tower was still shaking crazily, so they didn't dare to delay and quickly resorted to their own divine tools, and then directly rushed out. Yi Shiwen also resorted to Tianyuan mirror and placed it on top of his head, and then rushed out, simply not caring about what was happening above in the end. Sure enough, as soon as they rushed out of the devil-suppressing pagoda, they immediately felt a horrifying force sweeping towards their bodies. The blood-colored light curtain projected by Tianyuan mirror also fluctuated in circles, bearing an extremely horrifying force. Yi Shiwen and others retreated for hundreds of miles. Only then did they feel that the horrifying force was much smaller. The sky was filled with rolling devil chi. Everyone looked over and saw a faintly discernible devil shadow and a huge ferocious beast fighting in the sky. Their casual movements could tear the void apart, creating a spatial turbulence. However, under the attack of the demon shadow, the huge vicious beast gradually fell into a disadvantageous position. The vicious beast roared, and the devil-suppressing pagoda directly uprooted from the ground, directly smashing towards the demon shadow. Hurry up and leave this sealed place. At this time, someone shouted again, and everyone began to fly out of the crack. At this time, everyone could see that the space in this small plane was obviously unstable under the bombardment of the two experts. It could shatter on the spot at any time. Under such circumstances, if they continued to stay in this space, they might be buried together with this space. Even if they were in the transcendent realm, or even the law manifestation realm experts, they might be buried in the space turbulence. On the ancient Barrens continent, the space barrier was very sturdy. Because of this, the spatial turbulence would be very horrifying. Even transcendent realm experts couldn't escape from it. Everyone fled towards the outside one after another. Yi Shiwen was also among them. They had just escaped when the entire space couldn't withstand the fierce fighting and collapsed with a loud bang. Everyone still had some lingering fear. Several Transcendent Realm 5th level warriors who couldn't escape in time were shredded into pieces on the spot by the spatial turbulence. Everyone's heart palpitated. Fortunately, they escaped quickly. Otherwise, it would be too late. After shattering the small space where the devil-suppressing pagoda was located, the two peerless vicious creatures had already killed their way into the sealed place. Originally, the entire sealed place was to seal the peerless demon. Now that the demon had escaped, the entire space began to show faint signs of collapsing. Everyone was helpless and could only embark on the journey of escaping again. Everyone fled along the way. They could barely keep up with the speed of the two, destroying the space. The sealed place's space was very stable, but it was almost helpless against these two vicious creatures. It was unknown how strong these two monsters were. Fortunately, both sides were entangled. The Spectre wanted to subdue the devil-suppressing pagoda, but the devil-suppressing pagoda was born to suppress the devil-suppressing pagoda. The artifact spirit was entrusted with this mission. It absolutely couldn't let the devil-suppressing pagoda escape. From the very beginning, the two sides had entered a battle of life and death. In terms of strength, the demonic shadow was stronger than the vicious beast, but the vicious beast had the assistance of the demon-suppressing pagoda. It seemed to have a power that could restrain the demonic shadow, constantly suppressing it. Both sides fought their way out of the sealed place and rushed into the chaos demon sea. Then, they turned into two streams of light and disappeared into the void. They killed their way into the ancient Barrens continent star. Everyone heaved a sigh of relief when they saw the two ferocious creatures leaving. The two ferocious creatures gave them too much pressure. Fortunately, their attention was focused on each other. Otherwise, they might really be finished. Is that demon really the one suppressed in the Chaos Demon Sea? How did it get released? Someone asked doubtfully. Even the experts of the Demonic Sea clan were puzzled. Although this demon, strictly speaking, should be regarded as the ancestor of the Demonic Sea clan, they might not have a good impression of this demon. Except for a small number of people who were bewitched, most people didn't have a good impression of this demon ancestor. No one wanted such an ancestor to suddenly appear and overrule them. In this regard, the experts of the major forces seemed to be aware of it, but they didn't say anything. Such a demon was released. It will definitely bring disaster to the world. At that time, it will be another monstrous disaster. Someone sighed and said, "It should be impossible. Even if this demon can escape from the vicious beast, it should choose to return to the demon domain. They are suppressed too much here." Someone retorted. As for the demon's whereabouts, everyone had different opinions. In any case, they had finally escaped a calamity. At this moment, the only remaining law manifestation realm expert of the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan suddenly made a move. The mighty territory directly shrouded Yi Shiwen in it. The shocking change suddenly made the atmosphere tense. The relationship between the major forces of various clans was already tense. It was only slightly eased because of the two vicious creatures just now. The Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan's experts suddenly made everyone nervous. Is a battle about to break out again? In particular, the experts of several overlord forces turned their knife-like eyes to the only remaining law manifestation realm expert of the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan. Originally, the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan had more than one expert. However, the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan was the most anxious about the demon-subduing tower, so they rushed to the front. They thought that with the law manifestation expert taking action, even if there were any changes, it would not be enough to harm their lives. They did not expect the vicious beast to kill the law manifestation expert. The Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan could be said to have suffered heavy losses. At this time, there was only one law manifestation expert left. It was also the weakest among the major overlord forces. At this time, wasn't he courting death by provoking a battle? This is a matter between our Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan and this kid. It has nothing to do with others. I hope you don't intervene. At this time, the only remaining Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan expert glanced at everyone and said. Only then did everyone realize that although this law manifestation realm expert had released his domain, it was only aimed at Yi Shiwen. In the entire territory, only Yi Shiwen was shrouded in it. Everyone immediately understood what he meant. Many people retreated on the spot. No one wanted to provoke the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan at this time. It was not worth it for Yi Shiwen. Chapter 993. The Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan experts' spiritual senses locked on Yi Shiwen. During this time, the multiple encirclement and suppression of Yi Shiwen also let them know that Yi Shiwen was definitely not an easy character to deal with. Although he was only at Transcendent Realm 5th level, even the Transcendent Realm 9th level would be torn apart by him. Yi Shiwen was not his opponent at all. No matter how careful one was to deal with such a person, it was not wrong at all. However, with the law manifestation experts here, it was useless even if he could overturn the situation. He would still be suppressed. Yi Shiwen was like a slippery loach. They tried to catch him several times, but he escaped. Now, they finally caught him in one fell swoop. He's dead. These Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan experts looked at Yi Shiwen with murderous intentions. They seemed to hate Yi Shiwen. Many of their companions who had been together for thousands of years died in Yi Shiwen's hands. How could they not hate Yi Shiwen? Brat, I want to see how you escape today. The law manifestation Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan expert stared coldly at Yi Shiwen and said. His gaze was a bit cold, revealing a bit of murderous intentions. It was so cold that it made people feel like falling into an ice cave. After coming here, it was not the first time he heard of Yi Shiwen's name. Yi Shiwen had escaped from the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan's encirclement and suppression many times. Most importantly, Yi Shiwen killed many Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan experts. Even Crown Prince Crocodile died in his hands. After this news spread, the entire Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan was in an uproar. Even the old ancestor, who had been in close cultivation for a long time, was alarmed. This brat is dead today. He can't survive. Not far away, the poisonous flaming dragon clan experts also discovered Yi Shiwen. However, since the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan experts wanted to make a move, they were too lazy to make a move. Yi Shiwen lowered his head, as if he couldn't lift his head due to their words. However, if one could see his eyes, one could see a burst of cold, murderous intentions flickering in his eyes. Yi Shiwen, wait for a moment and immediately unleash your domain of wind and thunder power. Break this guy's domain and immediately escape. Otherwise, you really won't have a chance. Yimo reminded. Yi Shiwen was now trapped in this domain. Even his breathing was not smooth. He was like an outsider in this world. Everything, light, air, everything, was rejecting his existence. This feeling almost made him explode on the spot. In this domain, the Law Phase realm expert was a god. Everything was under his control. He found it difficult to even breathe, let alone escape. At this moment, he finally understood what it meant by only domains could go against domains. In front of a law manifestation realm master, a transcendent realm warrior was just an ant-like existence. It was completely different from Crown Prince Crocodile's pseudo-domain. It was a real domain. In the domain, everything was under his control. At this time, the only way was to unleash the wind and thunder domain. When everyone didn't know he had a domain, it was possible to escape if he couldn't break this domain by surprise. A cold gaze flashed in his eyes. The vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan had been in constant trouble since he came to the Flourish Cloud Sea region. It was really troublesome. All the power in his body had been mobilized. From the outside, it looked like he was being controlled by the domain and looked harmless, but inside his muscles had been stretched to the limit. He was just waiting for an opportunity to break out of the cage. Just as he was about to launch, he heard a loud shout. Wait! Everyone looked over. It was actually several experts from the Gui Yuan sect who spoke. Why? Is your Gui Yuan sect going to intervene in our vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan's affairs? Said the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan expert with an unfriendly expression. In the Flourish Cloud Sea region, the battle between humans and sea clans had lasted for countless years. As the human overlord, the Gui Yuan sect, and one of the sea clan overlords, the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan had a long history. Both sides had long been displeased with each other. We, the Gui Yuan sect, will protect this Yi Shiwen, said the law manifestation realm expert from the Gui Yuan sect with an abnormally firm expression. What? Is your Gui Yuan sect going to fall out with our vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan for this kid? Said the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan's law manifestation realm expert in a cold voice. At this time, he hated the Gui Yuan sect for being nosy. If it weren't for the vicious beast swallowing so many experts, they would not question the Gui Yuan sect at this time. They would fight directly. The Gui Yuan sect dared to provoke the tiger and snatch food from the tiger's mouth. Wasn't that courting death? But now, the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan only had one law manifestation realm expert. When facing the Gui Yuan sect expert who ran the fastest just now, they were at a complete disadvantage. If they really fought, they would be annihilated. You know, this kid killed our next clan leader, Crown Prince Crocodile. If you want to protect this kid, you are going against the entire vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan. The remaining law manifestation realm expert of the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan could not help but threaten. The death of the next clan leader was a big deal for any clan. There was no reason to let it go in vain. Killing is killing. Isn't it just a young clan leader who died? Do you think we don't know? Over the years, several young clan leaders of our Gui Yuan sect have died in your hands. You only have one dead. What's there to be angry about? The law manifestation realm expert did not give in at all. Suddenly, the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan expert's mouth seemed to be gagged. His face was flushed, but he could not say a word. The fact that the various overlord factions were secretly targeting each other's successors was not something that had happened in just a day or two. It was just that they did not bring it to the surface because they did not want to shed all pretenses of cordiality. Since you dare to target our successors, we can also target your successors. It's that simple. Whatever losses you suffer, you will get it back. Let's not talk about the past. My elder brother died in your hands. Do you really think I don't know? Pei Xingqian stepped forward and said coldly. When he mentioned his elder brother, a trace of hatred rippled in his eyes. As soon as these words came out, everyone suddenly went into an uproar. Pei Xingqian's elder brother was also a genius of his generation. At a young age, he was outstanding among the younger generation. He was also appointed as the young clan leader of the Gui Yuan sect. But later on, when he was exploring the ruins, he inexplicably died. No one knew what was going on. They just thought that he was killed by the strange existence in the ruins. But who would have thought that there was such a secret hidden in it? The Gui Yuan sect leader Sweeping died in the hands of the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan expert. This hatred was huge. In the past, both sides had scruples and did not put it on the table. Now, once they fell out, the consequences could be serious. What nonsense are you talking about? Your elder brother died in the hands of the monster in the ruins. This is a well-known fact. Don't think that you can make irresponsible remarks and implicate our vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan. There was a trace of panic in the eyes of the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan expert, as if someone suddenly exposed a secret. Yi Shiwen listened quietly, but he was calculating in his heart. It turned out to be like this. Just like true martial school, it would take thousands of years for a behemoth like the Gui Yuan sect to change a generation. In this place, a transcendent realm 9th level expert could be achieved in a few hundred years. The geniuses that emerged would never be this small. In the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan, are there no young experts stronger than Crown Prince Crocodile? There must be. Now, the famous young experts were in the range of hundreds of years old. There was not a single expert over 1,000 years old. It could be seen that the waters of the Flourish Cloud Sea region were still deep. According to the words of the Gui Yuan sect, these experts who had risen to prominence before them had either fallen or gone into seclusion. The so-called top 100 list only recorded the experts within the age of 500. It was not complete at all. However, from the beginning, Pei Xingqian stood on Yi Shiwen's side. He would rather fall out with Crown Prince Crocodile. Now, the Gui Yuan sect was willing to fall out with the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan for him. There must be a reason. He didn't believe that he had such charm to make the Gui Yuan sect fall out with the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan for no reason. If it were him, it would be impossible. What could be the reason? Yi Shiwen had some doubts in his heart. Evidence? Do you need it? Pei Xingqian said with a sneer. If it weren't for you few law manifestation realm experts, my elder brother would be invincible among the younger generation. Even if there are thousands of dangers in the ruins, it would be impossible to hurt my elder brother. Everyone suddenly made a noise. The law manifestation expert attacked the transcendent realm expert, which made the experts present feel sad. They were the transcendent realm experts. In the Flourish Cloud Sea region, they were regarded as influential figures. If the law manifestation expert could attack them at will, then they were no different from the ants below the transcendent realm in their eyes. Everyone is well aware of these things. The death of Crown Prince Crocodile is nothing. Today, our Gui Yuan sect will protect Yi Shiwen. At this time, the law manifestation expert of the Gui Yuan sect said with a sneer. Damn it! The vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile, clan expert yelled. His eyes flashed with a sharp light. He immediately slammed his palm toward Yi Shiwen. The root of all this trouble was caused by Yi Shiwen. As long as Yi Shiwen was slapped to death, everything would be solved. Would the Gui Yuan sect really fall out with the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan for a dead person? Chapter 994. How dare you? Seeing that the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan actually took advantage of the chaos, everyone from the Gui Yuan sect was furious. However, the speed of a law manifestation realm expert was so fast that it almost exceeded the limit of what the naked eye could see. The area was shrouded in his territory. His speed was elevated to a terrifying level in the shortest time. Chua! The Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan's Law Manifestation Realm expert instantly rushed up and slapped down directly. However, just as he was about to hit Yi Shiwen moved. His figure directly turned into a cluster of golden light and disappeared from everyone's eyes. Boom! The Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan's Law Manifestation Realm expert's palm only hit a cluster of golden light. Then, the terrifying palm force poured directly into the ground, blasting a big hole in the ground instantly. Gravel flew everywhere. When Yi Shiwen reappeared, he was already outside the range of the territory. Outside the territory, Yi Shiwen suddenly felt comfortable all over. The feeling of suffocation that made it difficult to breathe finally disappeared. The feeling of suffocation also finally disappeared. The Law Manifestation Realm Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan expert also looked at Yi Shiwen in a daze. He actually failed. This brat actually broke through his territory and escaped. This was beyond his expectation. It was a great shame. Although he did not know how Yi Shiwen did it, he might become a laughingstock for everyone with this alone. You are courting death. How dare you make a move in front of me? At this time, the Gui Yuan Sect's Law Manifestation Realm expert immediately made a move. He directly broke through the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan's Law Manifestation Realm expert's territory and slapped him with a palm. Puff! He spurted a mouthful of blood, and his body flew out directly. Even if it was the same Law Manifestation Realm expert, there was a huge difference in strength between each other. The Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan's Law Manifestation expert glanced hatefully at the Gui Yuan Sect's experts and Yi Shiwen. Then, he led the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan's experts away. At this time, he also hated the Poisonous Flaming Dragon Clan's experts. They were supposed to deal with Yi Shiwen together, but now they just watched Yi Shiwen being humiliated without taking any action. However, he could tell that the Poisonous Flaming Dragon Clan had no intention of helping them fight against the Origin Returning Sect. They would only be humiliating themselves if they continued to stay. How could the Poisonous Flaming Dragon Clan's experts not know what the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan's Law Manifestation expert was thinking? However, it was undoubtedly unwise to confront the Origin Returning Sect at this time. In the turmoil just now, several overlords bore the brunt. Except for the Origin Returning Sect's war chariot, the others suffered heavy losses. Although they were not nearly annihilated like the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan, they were not much better. At this time, even if the two clans joined forces, they might not be the opponents of the Origin Returning Sect's experts, unless the Sky-Splitting Whale Clan's experts joined forces. However, the Sky-Splitting Whale Clan's experts were obviously watching a good show. It was impossible to unite against the Origin Returning Sect's human experts. At this time, how could they stand up for the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan's experts? Moreover, although they were beaten up by Yi Shiwen, they did not have a deep hatred like the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan. It was impossible for them to risk their lives for them. The experts of various clans were stunned. It turned out to be such an ending. The Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan caught Yi Shiwen unexpectedly. Then, Gui Yuan Sect fought against the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan for Yi Shiwen. Moreover, the final result was that the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan, which had always been tough, gave up on pursuing Yi Shiwen. This was unexpected for everyone. After the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan's experts left, the experts of various clans did not stay for long. They also left one after another. There was nothing interesting to watch if they stayed. After a while, only Yi Shiwen and the Origin Returning Sect's experts were left in the vast venue. Yi Shiwen stepped forward and cupped his hands. Thank you for your life-saving grace. Although Yi Shiwen was confident that he could safely escape from the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan's experts, it was an indisputable fact that they saved him. Moreover, they fought against the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan's experts for his sake. In any case, Yi Shiwen owed them a favor, which made him have a better impression on the Origin Returning Sect. I'm afraid that even without our help, little brother, you can still leave freely. I was a busybody, the old man from the origin returning sect said with a smile. Although he said so, the corners of his mouth were overflowing with a smile. As he said so, everyone remembered that when the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan's law manifestation realm experts ambushed, Yishuan easily broke free from the shackles of the territory. In other words, even if they did not take action, Yishuan might not be in danger. The greatest advantage of the law manifestation realm experts was the use of territory. Without the advantage of territory, there was no doubt that their strength would be weakened a lot. It would not be so easy to deal with Yishuan. Moreover, Yishuan was able to avoid such a quick ambush. Needless to say, Yishuan could escape even if they did not intervene just now. No wonder you are so calm. It turns out that you have a trump card. Pei Xingqian stepped forward and patted Yishuan's shoulders, saying, "AI, it's a pity. I wouldn't have come out if I knew." Pei Xingqian was completely friendly, giving people a strange feeling. However, it would be a big mistake to underestimate him because of this. No matter what you stood up for me today, this favor, I will acknowledge it, Yishuan said in a serious manner. Well, you're straightforward. I told you that you are not a pretentious person. In fact, it's nothing. It's just that we have long been unhappy with the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan. My elder brother even died in their hands. In my lifetime, I must reach the pinnacle of martial arts and destroy the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan. Pei Xingqian still looked a little sloppy at first, but gradually, the murderous aura on his face became heavier. Yishuan was a little shocked. If Pei Xingqian's idea spread out, it would definitely cause a great commotion. What kind of existence was the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan? It was a terrifying inheritance that existed for tens of thousands of years. There were many experts in the clan. There were even many law manifestation realm experts. Even if Gui Yuan sect exhausted its power, there was no way to overturn the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan. Pei Xingqian actually set the destruction of the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan as his goal. It showed how deep his hatred for the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan was. However, Yishuan understood Pei Xingqian very well. If his brother and sister were killed, he would also go crazy. Not to mention the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan in front of him. Even if it was the god of heaven, he would still kill it. The vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan was nothing. However, looking at the expressions of the Gui Yuan sect people, it was obvious that they were already used to it. At this time, the law manifestation realm elder from the Gui Yuan sect said, "I think you must be wondering why we must save you, even at the cost of offending the entire vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan." Yishuan nodded. "AI, this is also related to the situation of our human clan in the entire Endless Sea region. In the Flourish Cloud Sea region, our human clan situation is not bad. Although we can't overwhelm the Sea clan in general, it can be regarded as an equal." The elder continued, "But in general, when our human clan faces the Sea clan, we lose more than we win. Our human clan is an outsider in the Endless Sea region, not a native. Compared to these sea clans, we are naturally at a disadvantage. They can exert 120% of their strength here, and we can only be weakened." Yishuan listened quietly. The human clan situation in the Endless Sea region was worse than he imagined. At least, relatively speaking, the Flourish Cloud Sea region was still acceptable. However, in the Flourish Cloud Sea region, he could still see that the human clan had to tolerate the Sea clan in many matters. They dared not really have a huge conflict. This was also related to the overall weakness of the human clan in the Endless Sea region. In this situation, any young expert of our human clan could be targeted by the other party. In our Gui Yuan sect, several former young sect masters were killed by the other party. It can be said that we have suffered a heavy loss," the old man said with a cold smile. He seemed to have recalled some bad memories, and his murderous aura was overflowing from his body. For any young human expert to grow up, he or she must face the surprise attacks of the Sea Clan clans. He or she must go through more hardships before he or she can grow up. Even Xing Chun has encountered many sneak attacks. We didn't expect your appearance. If I'm not mistaken, you shouldn't be a martial artist from our Flourish Cloud Sea region. Yishuan nodded. He was shocked. He didn't expect the situation to be so bad. Even a young sect master like Pei Xingchen would suffer from underhanded schemes. Yi Shiwen had suffered underhanded schemes more than once or twice along the way, but he didn't take it to heart. He only thought it was because he offended the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan. It seemed that it was far from that simple. No wonder the Poisonous Flaming Dragon clan targeted him so easily. Is it really because of the poisonous young master? It's not easy for our human clan to have an expert, but it's not just that. After a while, you will naturally know why we saved you. Now, you'd better go with us. Whether it is the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan or the Poisonous Flaming Dragon clan, I'm sure they are still nearby. If you go out alone, you will definitely be ambushed by them. The elder from the Gui Yuan sect said, if you don't have anything urgent to do, you can stay in our Gui Yuan sect for a while. The competition for the top 100 list is about to begin. Thank you for your hospitality. Yi Shiwen did not refuse, not only because of the possible ambush by the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan and the Poisonous Flaming Dragon clan, but most importantly, he also needed a quiet environment to push his cultivation to Transcendent Realm 6th level. Chapter 995. Gudyuan Sect, Gudyuan Island. Although it was only an island, it had a radius of hundreds of thousands of miles. It could be considered a small continent. The entire Gudyuan Island was occupied by the Gudyuan sect. Dozens of spiritual veins were captured from the sea and connected to the bottom of the island. They provided spiritual energy to the Gudyuan Island day and night. The spiritual energy on the Gudyuan Island was several times more than the outside world. In some hidden places, the spiritual energy was several times more than here. Now, Yi Shiwen was in a sealed, closed-door cultivation room. Any abnormalities inside would not affect the outside world. Yi Shiwen could also break through with peace of mind. After laying down another layer of array, Yi Shiwen finally began to break through to the Transcendent Realm 6th level. Transcendent Realm 5th level and Transcendent Realm 6th level were naturally different. If the Transcendent Realm was divided into 3 stages, then the Transcendent Realm 6th level would be the Transcendent Realm Intermediate Peak. If he ascended to the Transcendent Realm 7th level, he would be considered to have ascended to the Transcendent Realm Late Stage. During this period, Yi Shiwen's accumulation was extremely profound. Ascending to the Transcendent Realm 6th level was only a matter of time. If he had enough time, he could even ascend to the Transcendent Realm 7th level in one go. Amidst the almost materialized spiritual energy, Yi Shiwen couldn't help but sigh. The disciples of the major sects were indeed incomparable to the average individual cultivator. Just the cultivation environment alone was already 10 times or even dozens of times better than the average person. The average person would never be able to catch up to them even if they pursued for a lifetime. Moreover, the disciples of these major sects were all top-notch geniuses from Tianzi Zongming. They were innately stronger than the average person. Furthermore, they were nurtured after birth. It would be difficult for them to not be outstanding. The pores all over his body suddenly opened up, and an endless amount of spiritual energy began to be absorbed by him. Every time he wanted to break through, the amount of spiritual energy he needed was more than an astronomical figure. If he had to accumulate it by himself, no matter how much wealth he had accumulated, it would be quickly used up. However, he didn't need to be polite since he was in the Gui Yuan sect. The Gui Yuan sect had existed for countless years. Their accumulation was much deeper than the true martial universities. This spirit energy was an astronomical amount of wealth for Yi Shiwen. However, it was just a drop in the bucket for the Gui Yuan sect. How could they recruit so many disciples if they couldn't even afford this? Even so, Yi Shiwen's crazy absorption of spiritual energy still alarmed the Gudyuan sect's higher-ups. The Gudyuan sect's higher-ups, who were hidden in the layers of mysterious space, focused their attention on him. Generally, The spiritual energy absorbed by the law manifestation realm experts, with all their might not be as ferocious as this. This was just a transcendent realm 5th level kid. This piqued the interest of many high-level members of the Gui Yuan sect. They all knew about Yi Shiwen's origin. However, they didn't know how he had cultivated. How could he cause such a huge commotion with just a breakthrough? Yi Shiwen didn't know that he had attracted the attention of the Gui Yuan sect's higher-ups. He was focused on absorbing spiritual energy and breaking through the last step. However, even if he knew, he wouldn't have much of a reaction. If they want to see, then let them see. Ascending to the Transcendent Realm 6th level was only a matter of time. Yi Shiwen's accumulation was already deep, and there was no longer any progress. However, it took him more than a month to ascend to the Transcendent Realm. Boom! After more than a month, Yi Shiwen, who had been sitting cross-legged like a stone statue for more than a month, suddenly opened his eyes. A long roar transformed into rolling sound waves that spread in all directions. An aura that was much more powerful than before suddenly spread out from his body. Even the sturdy formation in the secret room was instantly flattened by this aura. Transcendent Realm 6th level. When Yi Shiwen was at the Transcendent Realm 5th level, he could already kill an ordinary Transcendent Realm 9th level expert. Now that he had truly ascended to the Transcendent Realm 6th level, any Transcendent Realm 9th level expert was nothing in front of him. However, the phenomenon on his body only lasted for a moment. Soon, Yi Shiwen retracted it, like a treasured sword hidden in its scabbard. His aura convergence technique became more and more proficient. If one didn't know him, it would be hard to imagine that he was a top-notch expert who slaughtered Transcendent Realm 9th level experts many times. After Yi Shiwen exited his seclusion, he learned that the flourished Cloud Sea region was in an uproar because of him. Yi Shiwen's name had also become famous overnight in the world. Take a look at his ferocious battle record. Even Transcendent Realm 9th level experts were slaughtered by him. He was not a Transcendent Realm 7th level or 8th level expert. In the flourished Cloud Sea region, the law manifestation realm experts did not come out. Each of them was in closed-door cultivation, striving to reach a higher realm before the end of their lifespan. They even wanted to touch the mysterious and unattainable realm of immortality. Half-step law manifestation experts would not come out easily. They were also in close cultivation, striving to break into the law manifestation realm. Only the experts who broke into the law manifestation realm could be regarded as influential in the flourished Cloud Sea region. They would be respected wherever they went. Therefore, in the hearts of many warriors in the flourished Cloud Sea region, the Transcendent Realm 9th level was almost a top-notch expert. Ordinary people could not even dream of it. Especially for many warriors below the Transcendent Realm, they did not know the existence of the law manifestation experts. For them, the Transcendent Realm 9th level was already the supreme existence that ruled the entire flourished Cloud Sea region. For example, the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan's Elder 18 had been dispatched many times. He was a veteran Transcendent Realm 9th level expert with a fierce reputation. Many people knew his name more than the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan's clan leader. Such an expert died in Yi Shiwen's hands, and more than one. As time passed, more and more details were revealed. Yi Shiwen did not kill the Transcendent Realm 9th level expert in a one-on-one battle. Instead, he killed multiple Transcendent Realm 9th level experts when he was ambushed. This was a completely different situation from one-on-one. Yi Shiwen's image suddenly became incomparably lofty among many people. They did not know that even among the Transcendent Realm 9th level, there were strong and weak. Even the extremely strong Transcendent Realm 9th level expert could kill a newly ascended Transcendent Realm 9th level expert with a slap. For them, Yi Shiwen, who could easily slaughter the Transcendent Realm 9th level expert, was already amazing. Many people even cried out in surprise. Could it be that the experts of the younger generation were already so powerful? However, these news were nothing compared to the news that came out immediately afterward. Crown Prince Crocodile died. The Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan's young clan leader, Crown Prince Crocodile, died. As soon as this news came out, the entire Flourish Cloud Sea region was in an uproar. Although the heirs of the Overlord forces had fallen in the past, they often died in accidents such as in the ruins and the like. At least, this was the case on the surface. But now the evidence was conclusive. Many people saw with their own eyes that Crown Prince Crocodile died in Yi Shiwen's hands. Everyone was stunned by Yi Shiwen's audacity. Compared with the courage to kill Crown Prince Crocodile, the surprise of his strength was not so eye-catching. Not only was Crown Prince Crocodile killed, but the poisonous Flaming Dragon Clan's poisonous young master also fled in panic twice. This added a mysterious halo to Yi Shiwen. Some people even faintly began to call him the top expert of the younger generation. That was nothing. Later, the fierce collision between the two overlords, Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan and Gue Yuan Sect, broke out. The Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan would not let it go after the death of Crown Prince Crocodile. They must hunt down Yi Shiwen and let him die without a burial place. However, Gue Yuan Sect came forward to protect Yi Shiwen. This immediately brought the relationship between the two overlords to a freezing point. Although their relationship was already bad, it was still rare to see such a confrontation. Even the confrontation between the two overlord forces faintly triggered a confrontation between the two behemoths in the Flourish Cloud Sea region, the Human Clan and Sea Clan. The two sides had been peaceful for countless years. At this time, there was a hint of tit for tat. No one was willing to give in. The Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan's young clan master died. They naturally vented their anger. They even contacted many sea clans to pressure the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan. However, they did not expect that the Human Clan, which was quite tolerant in the past, seemed to be stimulated by something at this time. They faintly stood behind Gue Yuan Sect and supported Gue Yuan Sect. The conflict between the two behemoths in the Human Sea was almost on the verge of breaking out. At this time, Sea Dragon Mansion also issued an announcement that the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile Clan would not be allowed to openly harm the Human Clan elites. They directly stood with Gue Yuan Sect. The unyielding attitude of the two overlords of the human race had left many people dumbfounded. And this was all because of Yi Shiwen alone. Could it be that Yi Shiwen had a mysterious origin? Many people could only think in this direction. Apart from that, they could not come up with any reason to convince themselves. Even many Sea Clan experts thought so. Apart from that, there seemed to be no other reason for the two human overlords to stand behind Yi Shiwen at this time. Even Yi Shiwen was a little puzzled. Others might not know, but how could he not know? It was possible to say that they were interested in his potential. The so-called background was pure nonsense. It was ridiculous. If he really had a background, it could only be true martial school. However, with true martial school's power in this ancient Baron's continent, it was not comparable to a family like the Wang family. What was the reason then? But at this time, he could not think too much. The Top 100 list competition that happened once every 30 years was about to begin. Everyone's attention was suddenly attracted to this competition. Chapter 996. The reason why the competition for the Top 100 list could attract so many people's attention was because it would be the most intense one. Now, the top few experts on the list had news of slaughtering Transcendent Realm 9th level experts, which meant that their strength had reached the peak. Similarly, their age had also reached the limit to participate in the Top 100 list competition. After that, they would either pass the age limit or break into a higher realm. They wouldn't want to participate in such a ranking competition at all. In other words, when the next Top 100 list competition came, their strength would inevitably decline by one level or even several levels. It would only be interesting to watch when the next batch of geniuses grew up. It could even be said that this year's Top 100 list competition was far beyond everyone's imagination. In the countless Top 100 list competitions, it was a gathering of geniuses. In the past, a genius who entered the Transcendent Realm 9th level would be able to suppress his peers and laugh proudly. But now, the poisonous young master, flaming young master, and others had defeated or killed Transcendent Realm 9th level experts. Not to mention Yi Shiwen, the infamous demon god. There were also many other forces experts. This year's competition would be exceptionally intense, far beyond everyone's imagination. What's more, with so many experts, it would attract some experts who originally disdained to participate. At that time, it would be an unprecedented grand occasion. With such thoughts in mind, countless experts began to head towards the top 100 island. No one remembered the original name of the top 100 island. They only remembered that a long time ago, the top 100 island was used as the competition venue for the top 100 list competition. Over time, no one remembered the original name, and it was only called the top 100 island. In order to withstand the aftermath of the younger generation experts' battle, this island had been reinforced countless times by countless predecessors. It could be said to be extremely sturdy. This island was also jointly controlled by the 3 overlords of the human race and the 3 overlords of the sea race, a total of 6 major forces. Normally, no one was allowed to approach this small island. Only when it was time for the top 100 rankings would it be opened for everyone to enter. Every 30 years, the entire top 100 island would become unusually lively. In the holy land of the poisonous flaming dragon clan, a figure was sitting cross-legged above the poisonous smoke volcano. It was the poisonous young master. At this moment, his entire body was surrounded by poisonous gas. More and more poisonous gas was being extracted from the poisonous smoke volcano and integrated into his body. His cultivation was also becoming more profound. Suddenly, he opened his eyes. His eyes were abnormally cold, and a dark green poisonous gas flashed through them. Yi Shiwen, Yi Shiwen, Yi Shiwen, I must dismember your body into 10,000 pieces and let you die a miserable death. What a proud genius he was. He had always been the one bullying others. When had he ever been bullied by others? Even if it was the other great genius from the same clan, the Flame Young Master, he had never placed him in his eyes. He was the #1 person in the younger generation of the flourished Cloud Sea region. The others were nothing to worry about. Who would have thought that he would suffer a big loss in the hands of Yi Shiwen? The poison technique that he was so proud of was completely restrained by Yi Shiwen, and he simply didn't have the strength to fight back. With his personality, how could he let the matter rest? The top 100 list competition is starting. You must come, otherwise I will be too disappointed. As he spoke, he straightened his body and strode out of the range of the poisonous smoke volcano. As soon as he came out, he saw a young man looking at him from afar with a bit of indifference in his eyes. This person was none other than the other top young master of the poisonous flaming dragon clan, the Flame Young Master. I heard that you were defeated by that human, and you still fled in the middle of the night? A bit of sarcasm flashed across the corner of the Flame Young Master's mouth. Obviously, the relationship between the two sides was not so harmonious. You'd better take care of yourself. In this top 100 list competition, I want him to die without a burial place. The poisonous young master did not deny it. This was already a well-known matter, although he was also annoyed that the Flame Young Master exposed his shortcomings. It doesn't matter if you want to dismember his body into 10,000 pieces or die without a burial place. Anyway, you will all be the losers. The one who can win the championship in the end is only me, said the Flame Young Master lightly. What did you say? The poisonous young master suddenly glared at the Flame Young Master. Who are you saying is the loser? Do you want to fight with me here first? Now? Why not? Anyway, it's just a matter of time, said the Flame Young Master coldly. In the holy land of the Sky-Splitting Whale clan, Jing Weiyuan strode out of the holy land. This time, the champion must be me. At the same time, in the Sea Demon clan, the 2 young masters of the Sea Demon clan, Boundless Sea and Wuyo, also stepped on the journey to the top 100 list. Brother, why do we have to go to the top 100 list and compete with the Sea clan and the Human clan for a position in the top 100 list? Don't we always ignore how they fight in the outside world? Above the sea, endless sea breeze blew, and Wuyo said with some confusion, because our ancestor has left the Chaos Demon Sea. The reason why the human clan and the sea clan didn't attack the Chaos Demon Sea before, in addition to planning to use the Chaos Demon Sea as a training ground, the most important reason is that they are afraid of the existence of the ancestor. Said boundless sea. Now that the ancestor has left, they are no longer afraid. If we don't strive to integrate into the Chaos Demon Sea, when the armies of the two clans come, it will be the time for our Sea Demon clan to be destroyed. Without the ancestor, our Sea Demon clan no longer has the prerequisite to be isolated from the world. The only way is to integrate into the Chaos Demon clan. What's more, there are so many young masters in the outside world. If we can't see them one by one, we will have regrets in this life. The Sealed Demon was obviously the ancestor of the Sea Demon clan, but the relationship between the two sides was definitely not harmonious. The Sea Demon clan had not tried to release this ancestor for so many years. After the demon was released, he quickly gave up on the Sea Demon clan and had no intention of staying at all. Then we must leave our names on the top 100 list. Everyone was advancing towards the top 100 island. Yi Shiwen, who was in the Good Yuan sect, finally came out of seclusion. However, Pei Xingqian had not come out of seclusion yet. He was working hard to ascend from Transcendent Realm 8th level to Transcendent Realm 9th level. His foundation was not as deep as Yi Shiwen's. Moreover, it was more difficult to ascend from Transcendent Realm 8th level to Transcendent Realm 9th level than Yi Shiwen's Transcendent Realm 5th level to 6th level. Yi Shiwen came to the place where Pei Xingqian cultivated in seclusion and waited quietly. When he came out, they would leave. Not only Yi Shiwen, but there were also several Good Yuan sects Transcendent Realm 7th level and 8th level experts. They were the elites among the elites of this generation of Good Yuan sect's younger generation. Although they were not as good as Pei Xingqian, they were all experts who would participate in the top 100 list this time. As the overlord of the Flourish Cloud Sea region, Good Yuan sect's foundation was profound. Since Yi Shiwen was not a Good Yuan sect disciple, he was incompatible with the Good Yuan sect's disciples. He stood quietly at the side, waiting for Pei Xingqian to come out of seclusion. Yi Shiwen could sense the changes in the aura coming from inside. Pei Xingqian's strength was gradually getting stronger, and he was not far from the day of breakthrough. While Yi Shiwen was paying attention to Pei Xingqian's seclusion, the Good Yuan sect's disciples were also paying attention to him. Yi Shiwen had become quite famous during this period, but it was the first time he saw him in person. He was the kid who had turned the Flourish Cloud Sea region upside down and even caused several overlords to be in a stalemate. He didn't seem to be anything special. His cultivation was only at Transcendent Realm 6th level. Among the younger generation, such a cultivation was considered decent. However, it was nothing in front of them. Even so, no one dared to underestimate this Transcendent Realm 6th level brat. After all, he was an existence that slaughtered even Transcendent Realm 9th level experts. Just how many people did he kill to be labeled as a massacre? Such a battle record was something they didn't dare to look at all. Among the Good Yuan sect's disciples in this generation, only Pei Xingqian could be compared to him. To be able to kill a Transcendent Realm 9th level expert at Transcendent Realm 6th level, no, previously at Transcendent Realm 5th level, such an outstanding talent would be a glorious existence in any generation. Even so, it was somewhat unreasonable for the Good Yuan sect to confront the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan. They weren't clear about the higher-ups' plans, but they didn't dare to underestimate Yi Shiwen. Since the higher-ups did this, there must be a reason. Boom! Suddenly, the door that had been in seclusion for a long time was finally kicked open. Pei Xingqian suddenly jumped out from inside. Haha, I'm finally out. Pei Xingqian laughed loudly. The Transcendent Realm 9th level's aura instantly swept out. The surrounding Good Yuan sect's disciples suddenly lost their footing. Only Yi Shiwen was unaffected, as if a breeze was caressing his face. The Good Yuan sect's disciples' faces suddenly changed. They didn't expect Pei Xingqian, who came out of seclusion, to be so powerful. Even the average Transcendent Realm 9th level expert didn't have such a powerful aura. Chun-er, since you're out, let's go. I'm afraid it'll be too late. At this time, a stream of light flashed. In the sky, The Good Yuan Sect's Law Manifestation Elder appeared in front of everyone. This time, the Good Yuan Sect would personally lead the team to the top 100 island. Yes. Pei Xingchen laughed and nodded. Yishiwen, I originally wanted to compete with you. Anyway, the top 100 competition is coming soon. We have plenty of opportunities to compete. Pei Xingchen's eyes were burning with the flames of war. He had just entered the Transcendent Realm 9th level, which made him a little confident. Yi Shiwen was also one of the opponents he wanted to defeat. Chapter 997. Streaks of light streaked across the top 100 islands. The top 100 islands were usually hidden by the 6 great overlords. Only during the top 100 rankings tournament, which was held once every 30 years, would it be revealed. On this day, it was time to compete for the top 100 list again. In addition to the experts of the younger generation who were originally going to participate in the competition, there were also many warriors who dared to come from far away to watch the fun. This was a rare martial arts grand ceremony for decades. Although it was only the younger generation experts fighting, it would be a big mistake to think that the level of competition was low. Although these experts of the younger generation were very young, in terms of strength, even among the experts of the older generation, they were the cream of the crop. In the Flourish Cloud Sea region, law manifestation experts were rare. Even half-step law manifestation experts were rare. In everyone's mind, Transcendent Realm 9th level was already the top expert. However, these younger generation experts, especially those at the peak, had either defeated or killed Transcendent Realm 9th level experts. It truly proved that the monstrous geniuses were a group of people that couldn't be measured by common sense. If one were to measure their strength by age, then they might die miserably. Although it was only a battle between the younger generation experts, for many individual martial artists, it might be the highest level of martial artists they could see in their lives. Moreover, once these young geniuses stepped into a certain realm, they would be able to easily defeat the veteran powerhouses of that realm. They might all be Transcendent Realm 9th level, but their strength was far more powerful than Transcendent Realm 9th level, several times, or even dozens of times. For them, it was not only the younger generation's martial arts grand ceremony, but also their martial arts grand ceremony. A cyan figure entered the top 100 island quietly under such circumstances. It was Yi Shiwen. In the end, he gave up the plan to travel with the Origin returning sect and came to the top 100 island alone. Although the top 100 island was only a small island, it had undergone countless generations of arrangements. Although it would only flourish for a period of time, every 30 years, it was enough to become one of the most prosperous islands in the Flourish Cloud Sea region. It was like a huge city. Buildings from tens of thousands of years ago, hundreds of thousands of years ago, or even hundreds of thousands of years ago could be seen in the city. These buildings were incompatible with the atmosphere of the present. However, everyone was used to it. As the ancient Barrens continent that had inherited countless years of civilization, it was unknown how many years it had taken for any dynasty to come and go. Many people would go into seclusion for thousands of years or even thousands of years. Hence, they were already used to such changes. Only Yi Shiwen was somewhat unaccustomed to the passage of time. Fortunately, in any case, the passage of time between warriors was much slower than that between mortals, because the replacement of warriors was also very slow and the lifespan of warriors was too long. This was especially true for some ancient families who might still retain the etiquette and habits from hundreds of thousands of years ago. For Yi Shiwen, let alone 10,000 years, even 1,000 years was too long. In a bustling restaurant, countless warriors who arrived first were discussing the competition for the top 100 list. It's another 30 years of reincarnation. Time passes so quickly. It feels like another 30 years have passed in a seclusion. The last time I saw the poisonous young master, flaming young master, and the others, they were just Transcendent Realm 6th level or 7th level. Now, they can tear apart Transcendent Realm 9th level experts. It seems that it won't take many years for them to enter the law manifestation realm. Yeah, how many years has it been since our Flourish Cloud Sea region had so many outstanding juniors? In the past, it was already amazing to have one person enter the Transcendent Realm 9th level. However, there are so many in this generation. It's really a golden era. A great era is a chaotic era. Have you forgotten this ancient adage? The more outstanding they are, the more worried I am. In any case, the more outstanding they are, the more glory we, as the Flourish Cloud Sea region's warriors, will have. Yes, in the Blood Realm trial, our Flourish Cloud Sea region has been at the bottom for many years. This time, we must not continue to be at the bottom. This time, the battle between the younger generation will be interesting. After they have withdrawn from the top 100 list, it will not be easy to see such a large-scale battle between them again. Yeah, maybe in a few hundred years or 1,000 years, they will be the masters of the major overlord forces. At that time, they will be in a high position. It will be difficult for them to make a move in any situation. Will Sea Dragon Young Master still be the champion in this battle? Last time, Sea Dragon Young Master was the champion, defeating all the younger generation experts and ascending to the top. If it is the same this time, it will be a little boring. It shouldn't be. I don't think so. Another 30 years have passed, and they have all improved. The competition between the geniuses of the younger generation has just begun. Winning or losing for a while doesn't matter at all. They can overtake each other at any time. Although young Master Hai Long suppressed everyone in the last competition, it may not be the case now. Everyone nodded in agreement. It was very rare for the younger generation to be decided in a single battle. If it was in the past, it would be fine. Young Master Hai Long, Pei Xingqian, and the others, if any one of them appeared in the past, they would undoubtedly be the champion, and no one would doubt them. However, there were so many Heaven's Prides who could suppress all the outstanding heroes in the past in this generation. This made the outcome of the battle a mystery. Perhaps it would be thousands of years later when they all entered a stable period. Only then could the outcome be determined. But this time, in addition to Sea Dragon Young Master, I am more optimistic about Yi Shiwen. You all know what kind of character Crown Prince Crocodile is. He died in Yi Shiwen's hands. This junior is amazing. As soon as Yi Shiwen was mentioned, it immediately aroused the resonance of countless people in the restaurant. Everyone was very interested in this young man who suddenly emerged. Because he was strong enough, and he was mysterious enough. No one knew what kind of background he had. Most importantly, he almost triggered a full-scale conflict between the Gui Yuan sect and the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan. Among these factors, any one of them could attract the attention of many people, let alone so many factors. All of this announced that Yi Shiwen was extraordinary. Just like the Unparalleled Sword, when the Unparalleled Sword first appeared, it was also so eye-catching. No one knew his mysterious origin. Everything was unusually eye-catching. Chapter 998. Experts from various clans gathered in various restaurants. Although these restaurants could only open for a short period of time, every 30 years, they could make a lot of money every time. Especially after so many years, they had made a lot of money. For who would win the championship in the end, the experts of various clans had their own guesses. The human clan experts naturally felt that the newcomer had a higher chance of winning. With the fact that young Master Sea Dragon won the championship, it was naturally more credible. On the other hand, the Sea Clan experts also thought that the younger generation of the Sea Clan was also full of experts. They would not necessarily lose to young Master Sea Dragon. For a while, everyone had their own opinions, but before the real battle began, no one knew who would win. However, among these news, one news caught Yi Shiwen's attention. After Crown Prince Crocodile, the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan should have no leader. Many people even speculated that without Crown Prince Crocodile as a leader, they should be much more low-key. Some even predicted that the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan might be absent from this top 100 list competition. For the younger generation experts, this might be an extremely important matter, but for a behemoth like the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan, it was nothing at all. Never mind not participating in 1 year. Even if they did not participate in 10 years, they would still be one of the overlords of the Flourish Cloud Sea region. In this kind of ranking competition, it was not a big problem whether they participated or not. Many of the younger generation experts in the Flourish Cloud Sea region were not interested in participating at all. It was fine if they did not participate. However, if they participated and could not get into the top 10, then it would be shameful. If Crown Prince Crocodile was here, it would not be a problem for them to win the top 10. They even had a chance to win the championship. However, after the absence of Crown Prince Crocodile, this year's competition was full of geniuses. The experts promoted by the major forces would have the strength to win the championship in previous years. However, in this year's competition, they were only the favorites to win the championship. It was conceivable that this year's competition was fierce. They might not even get into the top 10. In that case, it would be a great shame. It was better not to participate. Many people thought so. Even Yi Shiwen thought so. But the result was not the case. The Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan not only came with great fanfare, but also promoted another monstrous genius to replace Crown Prince Crocodile's position. There was no news about this genius named Crocodiling. Although everyone had never heard of this person named Crocodiling, they quickly dug out information about him. It was said that hundreds of years ago, he once competed with Crown Prince Crocodile for supremacy. The two sides had been competing from the innate realm to the Great Sage realm. After reaching the Great Sage realm, Crocodile's shadow gradually quieted down. People thought that he was another meteor-like figure, shining for a while and then completely annihilated. Unexpectedly, after Crown Prince Crocodile fell, he appeared in front of everyone again. Although some of the older generation knew Crocodiling, that was the information from hundreds of years ago. Not many people knew Crocodile Ying's current strength. However, since he could be pushed out to replace Crown Prince Crocodile, his strength would obviously not be bad. Therefore, after Yi Shiwen, Crocodile Ying once again became the topic of everyone's discussion. Everyone was amazed. The Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan's foundation was deeper than they thought. They thought that after Crown Prince Crocodile fell, the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan could no longer push out a leader. Unexpectedly, there was still one hidden. At this time, everyone obviously understood that this should be the strategy prepared by the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan. Crown Prince Crocodile was just the one pushed out on the surface. Ying was one of the backups they prepared. However, only an overlord force like the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan could come up with such a plan. It was already remarkable for an ordinary force to have such a genius, let alone hiding one. It was simply impossible. Yi Shiwen also secretly became vigilant. A clan like the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan was definitely not comparable to ordinary clans. It had a deep foundation and should not be underestimated. This time, the competition for the top 10 of the top 100 list was more intense than he imagined. Since Crocodiling had emerged, how many unknown experts would emerge? Thinking of this, Yi Shiwen only felt his blood boiling. Wasn't it his real purpose to come to the ancient Baron's continent? But just as everyone was discussing fiercely, there was a fierce noise coming from the downstairs. Everyone came to the window and looked down. Yi Shiwen looked down and saw two groups of people confronting each other on the street. The oppressive side was the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan experts that everyone was discussing now. In this top 100 list competition, many Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan experts came. At this time, more than half of them came. In a shadow behind these Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan experts, a figure stood in it, as if to integrate with the shadow. If it weren't for Yi Shiwen's sharp eyes, he might not even be able to find the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan expert hidden in the shadow. Like a poisonous snake in the shadow, it could pounce out of the shadow at any time. Even just a glance gave people a sense of extreme danger. Although Yi Shiwen didn't know the person's name, he guessed the person's name almost immediately. It should be Crocodile Shadow, who was now the focus of everyone's discussion. On the other side, there was also a group of people, but they were obviously much worse than the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan. Their aura was completely suppressed. The two people in the lead were also Yi Shiwen's old acquaintances. They were by Hanmo and Yao Qian, whom he had not seen for a long time. After not seeing each other for such a long time, both of their cultivation had made great progress. Yao Qian, who was still in close cultivation to break through to Transcendent Realm's 7th level, had now entered Transcendent Realm 8th level. By Hanmo's cultivation was even more amazing. He had entered Transcendent Realm 8th level peak. He was not inferior to Crown Prince Crocodile and others before entering the Demon Subduing Tower. It was only a matter of time before he caught up with Yi Shiwen and others. By Hanmo's talent was as Yi Shiwen had guessed before. Once he got serious, his talent and speed would not be worse than Crown Prince Crocodile and others. He might even be stronger. He had great talent. As long as he cultivated seriously, he would soon have unexpected achievements. Judging from his current situation, he was not far from entering Transcendent Realm 9th level. It was just a matter of time. Yi Shiwen looked at the overall situation. Bai Hanmo and others were surrounded by the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan. As for why the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan besieged them, Yi Shiwen knew it must be because of him. Sunny Bamboo Chamber of Commerce helping Yi Shiwen was not a secret. Many people knew it, especially after Yi Shiwen became famous in the Flourished Cloud Sea region. Many people were amazed that Sunny Bamboo Chamber of Commerce had the courage to go against the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan. Even in the entire Flourished Cloud Sea region, few forces dared to go against the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan. Now that they couldn't find Yi Shiwen, they would definitely find trouble with Yao Qian. After all, this matter was caused by Yi Shiwen. Does your Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan want to start a war with our human clan before the top 100 list competition? Yao Qian said, gritting her teeth. If there was a conflict, most of them were not the opponents of these Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan experts. Therefore, they had to use words to restrain these crocodiles. Sister Yao, why are you talking so much with these stinky crocodiles? They don't have a list to find trouble with Brother Yi, so they came to us. At most, we will fight them. Before I went out, my mother gave me something good. I will kill them. Before the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan experts could speak, Bai Hanmo had already shouted. Listening to his tone, it seemed that killing these Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan experts was not much more difficult than killing a bug. The surrounding people were in an uproar. They all looked at Bai Hanmo in amazement. Is he out of his mind? These Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan experts in front of them were not easy to deal with. They wanted to kill them. Only Yi Shiwen knew that Bai Hanmo was not boasting. From the beginning when he met Bai Hanmo, he knew that Bai Hanmo's origin was mysterious. He even guessed that Bai Hanmo might be a descendant of a big family in the ancient Barrens continent. The descendants of these big families were rich and had a variety of means. Which of them did not have one or two life-saving means? Maybe there was a way to kill these Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan experts. In the eyes of others, Bai Hanmo was just being stubborn. However, in Yi Shiwen's view, Bai Hanmo was by no means the kind of person who liked to boast. Maybe this little guy really had such a plan. If he really killed these Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan experts in front of him, then he would definitely become the second most wanted criminal in the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan, second only to Yi Shiwen. Arrogant. These Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan experts were completely enraged by Hanmo. As the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan experts, they had noble status and powerful strength. Since when were they so despised? What did he mean by killing them? Are they bugs? Can they be killed at will? You have guts. I want to see if you are still so tough after I break all your bones. The Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan expert made a brazen move. He was also a Transcendent Realm 8th level expert. Chapter 999. Although they were not the younger generation, the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan could send so many Transcendent Realm 7th level and 8th level experts. It showed the depth of the Vanishing Shadow Poisonous Crocodile clan's foundation. Yi Shiwen killed many of them previously. Later, They suffered a big loss in the hands of the vicious beast. Now they could still send so many experts. It was conceivable how deep their foundation was. The vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan expert didn't even take out his weapon. He directly clawed through the air, bursting the air on the spot. Suddenly, the 5 claws grabbed by Hanmo. Facing the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan expert, Hanmo wasn't afraid at all. He just sneered. He didn't even pull out his weapon. He directly greeted with a punch. His fist seemed to be covered with a jade-like color, flowing with colorful streamers. Boom! A loud explosion came from the point of contact, and sparks flew in all directions. It could be seen how intense the fight between the two sides was. The terrifying shockwaves even caused the specially reinforced space on the top 100 island to distort a little. But to everyone's surprise, a figure flew out directly. It was not Hanmo, but the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan expert. The vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan expert spat out a mouthful of blood. He immediately flew out and crashed into the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan experts behind him. Boom! Boom! Immediately, several Transcendent Realms 7th level and 8th level vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan experts had their bones broken. Their bodies were swept out. Can't withstand a single blow, said Hanmo with a grin. He didn't even look at the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan experts who were blown away by his punch. It seemed that he didn't care at all. These people couldn't even withstand one punch from him. What qualifications did they have for him to pay attention to them? At this time, everyone finally recovered. Thinking about Hanmo's words, they had a completely different view from just now. Perhaps this young man was not just boasting about killing these vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan experts. He might be able to do it. Who is this person? Why is he so powerful? Someone said, the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan's expert is also a veteran Transcendent Realm 8th level expert, but he couldn't even take one punch. Has he reached the realm of poisonous young master and flaming young master? I don't know. I've never seen this person before. But that's normal. Isn't there always this kind of young expert that we've never seen before? It's precisely because of this that the competition for the top 100 list is so interesting. Just like the unparalleled sword from before, didn't he also come out without any warning? Suddenly, everyone began to discuss Hanmo in the middle of the field. Hanmo's face also showed a somewhat triumphant expression. Obviously, he was quite proud of being the focus of everyone. You are so naughty. Yao Qian looked at Hanmo helplessly and said, after so many years, the little guy from the Bai family that she just met was already stronger than her. If he was given enough time, there would not be many opponents among the younger generation experts in the Flourished Cloud Sea region. This time, no one took what he had said before as mere stubbornness. Many people were speculating about the so-called birds of a feather flock together. Even the people around Yi Shiwen were already so outstanding. So, how strong would Yi Shiwen be? The entire scene fell into a strange silence. Everyone was looking at the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan experts. The vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan experts, who had always been tough and refused to suffer losses, suddenly suffered such a big loss. How could they give up at this time? The vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan experts were looking at Crocodile Shadow in the shadow behind them. Among these people, Crocodile Shadow was the only one who could make the decision. However, he didn't have the slightest interest in the extremely tense scene. Instead, he looked straight at Yi Shiwen, who was watching the fun on the second floor. His intuition told him that this person was the most dangerous among the people present. Even he felt such a threat. As for the others, they were nothing to worry about at all. Did he notice me? The corner of Yi Shiwen's mouth raised slightly. He just looked at Crocodile Shadow coldly. Just as Yi Shiwen could quickly discover Crocodile Shadow among the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan's group, Crocodile Shadow quickly discovered Yi Shiwen's uniqueness. The hidden danger made his heart palpitate. Friend, come down and meet me. At this time, Crocodile Shadow suddenly said to Yi Shiwen. His eyes were burning. He stared at Yi Shiwen without stopping for a moment. Everyone was shocked. Many people noticed Crocodile Shadow in the shadow. Many people still couldn't figure out who the person in the shadow was. However, the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan's people were looking at him. Obviously, he was also a big shot in the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan. Looking at the direction he was looking at, it was a young man in a green shirt, standing on the second floor with a smile at the corner of his mouth. He seemed to be watching a good show, watching everything in the field. Brother Yi, Bai Hanmo quickly discovered Yi Shiwen and immediately said in surprise. Yao Qian's eyes were filled with surprise as well as she looked around. Although she knew that the probability of encountering Yi Shiwen on this top 100 island was high, she didn't expect to meet him so soon. With Yi Shiwen around, her heart was inexplicably calmer. Perhaps it was because of Yi Shiwen's valiant battle record, or perhaps it was because of other reasons. In short, the moment she saw Yi Shiwen appear, she relaxed a lot. These vanishing shadow, poisonous crocodile clan experts in front of her no longer felt difficult to deal with. Seeing that everyone had seen him, Yi Shiwen no longer hid. He took a step forward, and his figure disappeared instantly. When he appeared again, he was already in front of Yao Qian and Bai Hanmo. Regardless of the vanishing shadow, poisonous crocodile clan members on the other side, Yi Shiwen just smiled and said to Yao Qian and Bai Hanmo, I haven't seen you for a long time. You're getting stronger. Initially, Yi Shiwen thought that Yao Qian could enter the Transcendent Realm 7th level. Now, she had entered the Transcendent Realm 8th level. Although she had just entered, it was already beyond Yi Shiwen's expectation. Bai Hanmo was more surprising than Yao Qian. Before Yao Qian spoke, Bai Hanmo had already said first, Right? I am much stronger than before. Ha! Obviously, it was a very happy thing for Bai Hanmo to be recognized by Yi Shiwen. After experiencing the previous incident, Bai Hanmo was much more mature than the beginning. He knew that he had to work hard to cultivate. This world was definitely countless times more dangerous than he imagined, but his temperament had not changed much. He was still like a child, just as everyone was still guessing who the person in front of them was. A vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan expert suddenly recognized Yi Shiwen's identity and exclaimed, Yi Shiwen, are you Yi Shiwen? At this time, everyone was in an uproar. He is Yi Shiwen? No way. He is Yi Shiwen. He is really bold. At this time, he is not with the Gui Yuan sect. Isn't he afraid of being killed by the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan experts? How is it possible? On this top 100 island, those law manifestation experts are not allowed to make a move. Except for the law manifestation experts, how many people can be Yi Shiwen's opponent? He doesn't seem to be that powerful. Legend has it that he had beheaded many Transcendent Realm 9th level experts. Is this true? It doesn't look like it. How can he be so powerful? The crowd was in an uproar. Everyone was discussing this matter. They were still talking about Yi Shiwen previously. Who knew that in the blink of an eye, the legendary protagonist actually appeared beside them? There were also many people who were gossiping just now. At this time, they were glad that they didn't say anything bad about Yi Shiwen. Otherwise, it would be terrible if Yi Shiwen heard it at this time. In fact, this was a person who dared to kill the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan's young clan master. What else couldn't he do? Even Crown Prince Crocodile did it, let alone them. Hearing that the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan expert identified Yi Shiwen's identity, Crocodile Shadow's face flashed a little. Obviously, he had heard a lot about Yi Shiwen during this time. The vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan hated Yi Shiwen even more. The death of Crown Prince Crocodile was a heavy loss that their vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan could not afford to lose. In addition to Crown Prince Crocodile, several Transcendent Realm 9th level experts also died in Yi Shiwen's hands. The loss was huge. Although the resentment was not hurt, the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan, who had always been arrogant, could not accept it. However, it was their business to hate Yi Shiwen. As for Crocodile Shadow, he just flashed a smile at the corner of his mouth. He stepped forward and said, Are you Yi Shiwen? Yes, you are Crocodile Shadow. Yi Shiwen just said with a smile. Everyone was in an uproar again. If Yi Shiwen was the core of the discussion, Then the other core was obviously the mysterious crocodile shadow of the vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan. Unexpectedly, they met both of them. It felt like they met a ghost when they went out. However, everyone quickly restrained their thoughts. Compared to the clash between the two top experts of the younger generation that they were looking forward to, gossiping about them was nothing. Yes, Crocodile Shadow did not hesitate and nodded directly. Now you are a celebrity in our clan. That's my honor, said Yi Shiwen with a smile. The vanishing shadow poisonous crocodile clan's people's faces immediately sank. They did not think it was an honor. On the contrary, it was their shame. Speaking of which, I have to thank you, said Crocodile Shadow with a sinister smile. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.